Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hello, who's here? I gotta tell someone about my crap fest of a day. You.
Sorry, I have no time to attend Crap Fest. Just pick me up a little t-shirt. The kids are finishing their dinner. That means I am off the clock, so night.
Hold it, where are you running off to in your new fancy man shirt?
New, not fancy. Keeping track of my clothes, are you?
Yeah, your clothes are interesting. You, not so much.
I got a date, okay? Do you remember those?
Yeah, I date. I've dated recently. All right, internet chat rooms count. Sucks I have no privacy here.
Oh, hey, since you're here, am I showing off a little too much cleavage for a first date?
Wow, who is this girl? I mean, she must be pretty special to get you all duded up and nervous.
I am not nervous. Joe Longo never loses his cool.
Yeah, of course. Hey, is that a little spaghetti sauce on your collar?
What? Where? That? Is that what you... No, that? I think that's just a shadow from my chin. Is that what you saw? No, I just...
You know, Joe, I know I can be critical about what you wear and, you know, what you say and how you load the dishwasher. I mean, knives facing up. Are you trying to kill me? But, you know, when it comes to your personal life, I will withhold judgment. Now, who is she?
Fine. See, it's weird, because her and I, it's Tiffany.
Oh, your ex-wife? Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Are you insane? I mean, she's a lunatic. Have you lost your freaking mind?
You're like totally spitting on my shirt right now.
It's all good, it's okay, it's all right, as far as I can see, it's all good, it's okay, it's all right, I guess you're stuck with me.
Tiffany? The same Tiffany who married you and then dumped your ass the minute the gravy train ran out of gravy?
With a little distance and further reflection, she realized that she didn't miss all that stuff, all right? And what she really missed was, all this stuff.
So it took her 4 months to realize that? I missed Sex and the City the day it went off the air. And those movies have not helped.
This Tiffany now is the real Tiffany, all right? This is the girl that I fell for 3 years ago when I spotted her across a crowded broker bar.
Aww. And out of all the other gold diggers, you chose her. It's like a romance novel.
We're gonna take things slow and see where they go, all right? We're gonna start out as friends and go from there. Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but it's just dinner, so relax.
Just dinner? That's like saying it's just murder. All right, that woman is toxic. I mean, when you get close to her, parts start falling off. You had hair when you met her, right? Yeah. Who knows what you'll lose next?
I think I'll take my chances with her, all right? But not with this shirt. I gotta change.
Yeah, see if you can find a shirt made out of money. That'll get her attention. Hey, no computers at the dinner table unless you're doing my online traffic school.
What? Isabel Libby is in the lead for most popular. She's a horrible person.
Horrible works in high school. Plus, she has a pool. You know the Grant Rant, the school blog? Well, they're doing a poll for class favorites.
Ah, please don't draw me into this.
Unfair. I hate all of these people. This is evil. The people getting votes for best looking and best eyes and best smile. Oh, this is nothing but a popularity contest.
Honey, usually when people are running for most popular, it's a popularity contest.
I don't know why you care what other people think about you. I mean, I wouldn't want somebody slapping a label on me.
Oh, too late, Snotty McBooger.
I had a cold last month. Why can't people get over this?
You know, when I was in high school, the boys voted me easiest to get along with. Wow, 2 fancy man shirts.
Yeah, I have more than one shirt. It's really crazy down there. It's like I'm a rock star.
Who's your date with?
Well, it's...
His ex, Tiffany.
Oh, my God.
Joe, don't.
Hey, stop it, all of you, all right? Look, I realize in haste, after we broke up, I may have said some things that made her sound like a,
Money-grubbing bitch. I'm not being mean. That's the legal term.
I am convinced that if you all met Tiffany, you would change your minds. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna make that happen.
Oh, my gosh, I get to meet my nanny's ex-wife? It's a moment every girl dreams of.
And you will find that she is a kind, caring, genuine human being.
Yeah, with just a touch of silicone.
All right, fine. She's 98% genuine.
There she is, looking at it again.
Well, look who's in the lead now. I mean, there's no way Annette Ryan is most popular anything, except maybe with the entire football team.
Why do you care?
I don't care.
Those are the clenched fists of someone who doesn't care.
I could get votes if I wanted to. You know, I could be best hair, nicest smile. I could be sweetest, damn it.
Well, you definitely got a shot at most delusional.
It is not that hard to win these. It's all about getting attention and kissing up. Oh, I could totally take them down.
I would be inclined to say you are a lot of talk.
And I'd be inclined to say, shut up and watch me.
Okay, which one are you going for?
All of them. Smartest, best friend, most compassionate. Oh, the school is gonna tremble at my greatness.
Or possibly shove you in a locker.
Senior citizen rent increase exemption proposal. Oh, God, I'm gonna need some oxygen to get through this one. Oh, thank you, whoever you are.
Oh my gosh, are you Mel Burke?
Tiffany?
Uh-huh. Wow, so we finally get to meet. I was expecting someone much less attractive. You know, helmet hair, scarf covering up a big chicken neck. But look at you, you're pretty. I mean, not enough to make me worry, but a strong 6. Good for you.
Well, I am double delighted to meet you. Come on in.
Thank you. Oh, where's my JoJo bee?
Jojo Bee?
Yeah, that's what I call Joe. Did he tell you his pet name for me?
Actually, he's called you quite a few names. Listen, Joe is just dropping the kids off at a basketball game. He'll be back in a few minutes. Can I get you a glass of wine?
No. I mean, I shouldn't. I can't because, well, no reason. Just nothing. Okay, I think I'm pregnant.
Oh, wow, boy. Okay, that was like a bullet of truth. I am uncomfortable.
Please don't say anything. It's just been a few days. I'm late. You know what I mean.
I have read our bodies ourselves. So does Joe know about this?
No, and you can't tell him. Please, promise me you won't tell him. Promise. Pinky swear on our friendship.
Our friendship?
Oh, you feel it too? Oh, it's like we've known each other forever.
Yeah. It does seem that way.
Oh, I feel so much better. Now I can really let it all out.
Oh, you've been holding back?
I've had no one to talk to about this since it happened. My boobs are all tender, and I have gas like a truck driver.
Wow, you have been holding back. Okay, please continue to do so. But you know, maybe you need to talk to Joe about this.
Oh, no. JoJo B and I just reconnected. I don't want to scare him off. He's such a special guy. And I've dated a lot of guys. A lot.
Like a parking lot?
How could this have happened? I thought I had that rhythm method down pat.
Yeah, well, sometimes you miss a beat. But look, if you want a future with Joe, you need to tell him about this.
Oh, no. I mean, not for a few months. I can hide it under big, bulky clothes. Oh, you'll lend me something, right?
Okay, I'm just gonna chalk that up to you not thinking clearly.
Oh, where's my JoJo bee? I need my JoJo bee.
Okay, sweetie, you're gonna have to stop saying JoJo B because it does something to me right here.
Hey, Mel, is Tiffy Pop.
JoJo bee!
Sorry, I'm late.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
So, what are you two ladies been doing up here, huh? Talking about boys and sharing secrets?
Oh, we've been sharing, and there are secrets, but not for long, right, Tiff?
Yeah. Let's go, Joe.
She's kind of sweet, isn't she?
Come on, JoJo bee.
Come on, Tiffy Pop.
Yeah. Tiffy gonna pop.
Oh, good morning. You're up early.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear how last night went with Tiffany.
Oh, it went amazing.
Really? So, you know, she didn't say anything unusual, anything you weren't expecting?
Actually, she did. She said that she was thinking about going to nursing school. I didn't expect that.
Nursing. Yeah, that she could be good at that. All right, no more eBay for you.
Thank you. Today is the last day of voting, so I'm going for broke. I'm gonna try to take most dramatic, most stylish, and biggest flirt.
Throwing most likely not to pay for dinner, and you got the typical girl. Well, come on, you know I'm right.
And I have a secret weapon for most dramatic.
Lennox?
Fake faint. Yeah? Now that is some drama.
All right, that's gonna work itself out. I hope. I mean, there's a school counselor, right? All right, speaking of drama, just curious, Tiffany didn't mention anything we talked about last night?
As hard as this may be for you to believe, we actually didn't talk about you.
Joe, I told you I have to be at school 45 minutes early today, right?
No, you didn't.
I wrote it down.
How could I not see that? All right, let's move.
Joe, I just...
I can't. I gotta get him to school. Can it wait?
Yeah, I can wait.
Mel, the anti-cruising police detail in the park was just caught cruising in the park. The press want a statement. You're not listening. Do you hate me?
Steph, sit. I need some advice.
From me? Okay.
All right, girl to girl, it's about a pregnancy.
Oh my God, you're pregnant? How? I mean, why? I mean, yikes, an unmarried promiscuous city official? The press is gonna crucify us. Oh, but I think a baby is a blessing.
Wow, well, I think a calm assistant is a blessing. I'm not pregnant, it's about a friend.
Oh, a friend, right. Good, I can spin that.
How would you be able to spin that if I were actually pregnant and I said that some... Never mind. All right, here's the deal. Joe has started seeing his ex-wife again. My reaction exactly, but with both hands. Yeah, so she comes over when Joe's not home so I can see what a nice piece of psychotic work she is. And then she blurts out that she's pregnant and I can't tell Joe. But he deserves to know that he's seeing someone who's gonna have another man's baby. What the hell am I supposed to do?
I should have stopped you before you unloaded all this. I'm really terrible at giving advice. I thought this was gonna be about your new hair color because on that.
Okay, dig deeper.
My mother, Elaine, is really good at these kinds of situations. So I think this is what she would say. Darling, I think you got a thing for this Joe guy, and that's what's really bothering you. You need to figure out your own feelings first, and then tell him what that girl told you. And you don't want him getting back with that crazy hussy.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Oh, don't thank me, thank Elaine.
Yeah, but she's not actually. Thanks, Elaine.
Great. You're home early.
No, this is not a great you're home early. This is, you're home early. Why? What's wrong? There's something I need to tell you.
Me first. Check out this little awesome piece of technology I just got us. No longer will I have to read a shopping list written in your chicken scratch.
My chicken scratch? Yours looks like a 2-year-old used a broken crayon on a wet napkin.
Whatever. Watch this. Bananas.
Banana.
Huh? Isn't that great? It prints out everything that you say. Go ahead. Give it a try.
No, Joe,
Come on. Just give it a try.
I need to tell you something.
Say it in the machine. Say it in the machine, all right? Try it. By the way, it helps if you enunciate.
Tiffany got knocked up by some guy, and she's not telling you.
Uh-oh.
Why are you saying uh-oh? The irresponsible idiot who got her pregnant should be saying uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's you? You're the father of Tiffany's baby? But I thought you were taking it slow. I thought it was a burgeoning friendship.
It burgeoned.
But your first date was just last week. How could it possibly be you?
Yeah, that was our first date, but it wasn't technically the first time we had been together since we broke up.
None of this is making any sense. Can we talk in private?
All right, about a month ago, Tiffany came by the house.
I would have remembered that.
No, it was in the middle of the day. You were out saving Toledo and all. Anyway, she came by and she said that she missed me and that she was ready to take our marriage vows seriously.
Oh, and what were your vows? Let's do this thing? Sorry, go ahead. Listening, not judging. Maybe just a little.
It was actually kind of amazing. I mean, here I am, you know, broke and living in someone else's house, and she still wanted to be with me. I mean, that's love, right?
So you think it's true love because you had a quickie in the basement?
We never made it to the basement.
Whoa, where'd you make it?
Well, that's not important. What's important
My
is
room?
What? No. I would never. That's disgusting. Plus, it would have taken way too long to get up there. Anyway, the point is...
Where?
You really have to know where?
Yes.
Oh, fine. All right. It happened,
Oh, gross me farted. But then again, nothing was protected around here, was it?
Hey, I am sorry, all right, but I got a lot bigger problems to worry about right now than deflowering your sofa.
Yeah, well, I thought you were building trust. Is this how you build trust?
Well, with her, not with you.
And do you even give any thought to what life with a baby is gonna be like?
What do you? I just found out 5 minutes ago. It's still sinking in. It's definitely sinking. Oh God, it just sunk. How could I be so careless? How could I do this? I mean, you know, our entire marriage, I never gave her a present once without wrapping it first.
All right, I know. Look, I know, you're a good person who didn't mean to slip up.
But I did, didn't I? I'm gonna have to remarry Tiffany. I'm gonna have to move out of here and get my own place and, you know, probably get a second job. And I'll be up all night changing diapers, so I'll have no time at all to go to the gym, so all the years that I've sunk into this body are gonna be completely wasted. I'm gonna have to call Tiffany right now and propose.
Okay, you know what? I don't think the answer to this problem is more Tiffany. I think this is a time to breathe and think and just keep Tiffany out of your mind.
Jojo B!
Oh, no.
Tiffy Pop.
Jojo B, I have to see you. There's something I need to talk to you about.
Sweetie, it's okay. Mel told me about the baby.
How could you? After you pinky swore on our friendship.
Okay, what kind of legal contract is this?
Tiffany, it's okay, all right? I'm okay with this, and I am up for the challenge, and I will be a great, great father.
Oh, how could I have ever let you go? Oh, and by the way, I got my period. I'm not pregnant.
Oh, thank the infertile gods! I mean, whatever.
So, okay, so you're not pregnant, which means that I'm not pregnant.
Well, this whole baby scare got me thinking about us. How great we were together and how great we could be again. Tell me you don't think about it.
I do sometimes, yeah.
There's no problem between us that a baby couldn't solve. Let's make a baby. Right here on our lucky couch.
Whoa. You're like a big carnival of crazy.
How about it, Jojo B?
Joe.
What? But she needs me. She needs me to go to her right now and wrap my big, strong arms around her.
No. She needs a straitjacket with big, strong straps around her. Just don't want you to race back into this relationship for the wrong reasons. All right, I'm gonna give you a minute while I go call one of those crime scene cleanup crews.
Look, Tiffany.
Tiffy Pop.
Tiffany, although your offer is very tempting, having a baby is a really big decision. So I think that you and I should just take a little bit of time to think about this, you know, in our own places, and just know that we'll always have the couch.
Oh, okay, sure. No hurry, but just so you know, I'll be ovulating in 2 weeks. Call me.
I will definitely consider that.
Oh, you'll call me.
Wow, she is crazy hot.
Yeah, you're half right. I hope you're really not seriously gonna get back into that whole thing. I mean, you deserve a nice, normal, sane woman.
Know where I can find one of those?
Not in my immediate circle.
Hey, Burke. Thanks for looking out for me.
Yeah, well, nobody needs chaos like that in his life.
I don't know, I sort of like a little bit of chaos in my life.
This whole thing is your fault.
Oh, except for all the parts that are your fault.
I thought that guy on top of you was a pervert.
Okay, when you say pervert, I know I can't duck it. What happened?
Who did that to your eye?
Oh, I'll tell you. Okay, you remember this morning when I said that I was gonna fake faint?
And your answer tried harder to stop you? Mm-hmm, yes, go on.
Well, I did. And then some old guy jumped on top of me to give me CPR.
Yeah, I never saw her faint. I just saw this big dude on top of her, so I jumped on top of him.
He was the PE teacher.
Mr. Carlson? He's enormous.
Yeah, and isn't like where people grab him by the whistle.
Well, you should mind your own business.
You should thank me for pulling old bald men off of you.
All right, take this to the kitchen. All right, we need to get a stake in that eye immediately.
So, is this enough chaos for you?
Yeah, it'll do for now. So how's the steak, man?
Looks good. Joe, this isn't the same one I had on my eye for 3 hours, is it?
Everybody's got to live on a budget.
You guys, look. I made the list. I made the list.
Lennox Scanlon, most unpredictable. And we're happy about this?
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the board. Not that I, care about these things.
Yeah, we don't know what she thinks because she's unpredictable.
Yeah, I could leave up the stairs or I could leave through the door. We just don't know.
And we don't care.
This is nice. We should do labels like this in our house. For instance, I would be best hair, best aunt, and best personality.
Well, what, on opposite day?
Yeah, well, you would get most mature, not.
Right after you got least consistent about everything you ever say.
Ryder, do you want to go upstairs? I cannot deal with one of these right now.
Yeah, me either.
What was that? What are you, a roadrunner or something?
You know what? You would get most annoying.
Or you get most annoying?
Yeah, most annoying.
Really? Okay, well, fine. Well, I learned from the best.
And most bald. Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Hey, Burke. Are you, working out or giving birth to an armchair?
From where I'm sitting, I could punch you so hard it would change your voice.
So tell me, how did this happen? Did you lose a bet?
Very funny. No, lost my breath. The elevators were out at work, and I had to take the stairs, and by the third flight, I was gasping for air.
The third flight?
Well, almost the fourth. Anyway, the 5K run for the schools that I stupidly signed up for is around the corner, and then it hit me.
That you're actually gonna have to, run?
No, I gotta stop signing up for stuff. But it's too late for that. The first thing to go when you're a busy single woman raising your convicted sister's teenagers? Your workout.
Mel, please, before the kids and the council thing, your idea of a workout was dancing drunk till dawn.
Yep. And with the right trainer, I can regain that kind of endurance.
All right, so when do you want to do this? You want to, train in the morning before you go to work?
How about when you're not around? Oh, did you think when I said a trainer that I meant you?
Well, yeah. I mean, who else?
Short answer? Anybody else. Oh, that's my trainer.
You want me to... Okay. Why are you working out before your trainer comes over?
It's like cleaning the house before the cleaning lady comes, or, washing the dishes before you put them in the dishwasher.
Yeah, or other things that you never do. Yeah. Hi.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Gates looking for Mel Burke.
You found her.
It is you. I don't want to sound too nerdy, but I watch all the city council hearings.
Aw, a public access fan that doesn't wear a tinfoil hat.
I feel like I'm training a celebrity.
Oh, please, I'm just another out-of-shape council person. The youngest out-of-shape council person in the city's history, by the way.
Well, this is definitely not going to be about weight loss because you look great.
Oh, shut up, I do not. I love you. You're my new best friend.
You ladies can feel free to use my weight bench out in the garage if you need it.
Oh, I don't believe in weights. The body is its own gym.
Okay. Well, plus, you save on membership fees, too, so that's kind of cool.
This is Joe Longo. He takes care of the kids.
How, by bench pressing them?
No. Although I could.
Honey, don't worry. We are not doing that to you.
I'm sorry. I thought you were here to get her in shape.
The shape of a real person, not an action figure. Now, let's get going.
Okay. She's great, isn't she?
Grading? Yes, she is.
Hulk mad. Smash many walls.
I guess you're stuck with me.
Wow, 3 sessions deep and I feel better, stronger, a new me. Gluteus fabulous.
That's the endorphin rush, another benefit of exercise.
Who knew a legal high could feel so good? I mean, except for the pleasure of getting straight A's in high school.
Oh, yeah, I love that story.
Did you get a chance to try the pomegranate juice with vodka?
I'm a believer. I mean, now I can get my drink on and get my antioxidants, thank you.
Hey, anything for my favorite client.
Okay, Bliss sisters. I'm gonna go grab a few minutes on the bench if you're all through with your lady workout.
You do any elongating for those muscles?
Who's asking?
I was just thinking you could benefit from yoga or Pilates to give you some flexibility instead of this, Popeye thing you got going.
Popeye. I never thought of that one. Well, I never said it out loud.
Listen, as much as I appreciate your unsolicited meddling, which really isn't a lot, let me just say that, I am what I am.
He's just a little sensitive, you know, so you might want to...
Sure, I'll go easy on him.
No. I was going to say tear him a new can of spinach. Okay, was that a you want to talk sigh or a stay out of my business sigh?
I'm okay. Just listening to some music.
Oh. Songs that make me feel alive from Beckett. Songs that make me cry from Beckett. Songs from Beckett from Beckett. Who are these from?
Beckett, we were such good friends.
This was that cute geeky guy, right, who had a crush on you?
Yes, that's him. He's seeing Alexis Swinton now, and he's off limits, and I lost a friend. It's not like I want to be his girlfriend or anything, but I miss hanging out with him.
Okay, so you want the friendship back?
Yes. Can that work? Can you be friends with a guy who has a girlfriend?
Sure, you know, boys just need instructions. You know, you gotta tell them what you want and define the boundaries. Oh, and wear baggy clothes.
Beckett?
Hey, Lennox. Long time no friend.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I come in?
Yeah. That's kind of why I asked you over.
Just making sure. Didn't want to push things. So, I burned you a new mix CD.
Songs of Friendship Only from Beckett. Nice.
And a bunch of graphic novels where the hero does not get the girl.
You follow instructions well.
It was all in your text. I even printed out a copy for reference.
Wow. You laminated it.
Of course, it's important.
Put that down.
Oh.
So, what have you been up to, my good friend?
I brought you this flyer. They're doing a whole week of French films at the museum.
Oh, are you guys going?
No, Alexis hates subtitles and French people and anything where mimes could suddenly appear. But maybe we could go.
As friends, right?
Right. Because some things you do with your girlfriend and...
Some things you do with your friend. Not that there's anything wrong with your girlfriend.
No, Alexis is great. She is great. Great.
The best part of Josh moving out is I have a lot more closet space and a lot less cheating on me. You can laugh, but you have to hold the pose.
Okay, I'm holding the pose, and I'm holding in my pee.
That's a good exercise, too.
Oh, wow, you're working every muscle I've got.
Mel, hey, I'm sorry to bother you, but your phone's been ringing off the hook, and I know I'm forbidden to answer it, but then this text came in that said unbelievably important.
Oh my God, I missed 4 calls. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Well, because I didn't get sick of Hey Ya until the 4th one.
Oh, they moved up my budget hearing. I'm sorry, Linz, I gotta go.
You still have 15 minutes.
You know what? My gift to you, Joe. 15 minutes with an actual trainer. You two play nice.
Whoa, wait, Mel, actually, Mel, I'm really...
Well, I'd be very happy to show you something, but I don't think it would do any good.
You really think I could benefit from your little girly stretches?
Give it a try, unless you think it's something you can't do.
Crouch down like that with both arms out? Whew, it's gonna be tough. Where'd you learn this, huh? Back of a granola box?
Where does all this anger come from? Did you get it with the muscles?
Maybe it comes from the fact I've been working out since the 2nd grade. Now I have a know-it-all in tights telling me what's going on.
Well, if you can't do it, you can't do it.
Oh, please.
Straight here.
Okay.
Point this way.
Yep.
Tighten the
You.
stomach. Lift the rib cage.
All right.
Now breathe. You don't like when women tell you what to do, do you?
You haven't talked to a real man in a while, have you?
Is that what you are? A real man?
Yeah. You want to find out?
So bad.
Cell phone. Cell phone. Where's my cell phone? Oh, right. Those are not approved stretching exercises.
Bongo takes the ball across midcourt. He's got 2 seconds left. He shoots. He slams. Woo! Nothing but couch.
Look at you cleaning the house.
Well, it is part of my job description. I am, after all, the nanny.
You hate that word. Every time I use it, you make me put $1 in the swear jar.
Well, let's just say, I had a good morning.
Yeah, about your good morning, I may have seen just a small piece of how good it was.
What was that now?
Yeah, I left my cell phone in the garage, and when I went in there to get it, there you were with Lindsay all pretzeled up on my yoga mat. I got out of there as fast as I could, but the image of your sweaty workout is burned into my retinas and it won't go away.
Whoops.
Whoops, that's it? That's all you have to say? Nothing more? Not, oh, I don't know, I apologize. That was horribly inappropriate.
Hey, you're the one that gave me the last 15 minutes of your session with her. You practically threw her at me.
I threw her? What was this, a human ring toss?
You know what? Actually, I do owe you an apology. I was wrong. She is one hell of a trainer.
Okay, all right, okay. Okay, you had a momentary fling with my trainer. You're a guy, you have no restraint, so, we'll just, forget this ever happened and, never mention it again.
No, Lindsay and I really hit it off. Twice.
Oh, gross!
As a matter of fact, tonight we're going out to dinner, and tomorrow night she's taking me to one of her favorite clubs.
Wait, are you implying that a relationship is starting?
Yepers, I think I am.
Well, I didn't say that was okay.
Oh, I didn't realize I needed your permission for this. What should I do, come down to City Hall tomorrow and apply for, like, a, sex permit?
No, but we do have leash laws, you hound. Look, Lindsay's my trainer, you're my nanny. It's like I'm paying people to sleep with each other. What does that make me?
Best boss ever. Look, come on, look, you keep doing what you're doing with her, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing with her, and as long as we keep that separate, everything will be totally cool. Unless, you know, you don't think that, you can handle that.
Please, I'm an adult, you're an aspiring adult. We can be adults about this, we'll just keep our business separate and be respectful of each other.
Deal. Wow, that's one heck of a grip.
Benefit of Lindsay's training.
Sure it's just not a deep reservoir of anger?
Just shake my hand.
Okay.
That song is sick. Where do you find these bands?
Gunter, my online chess partner in Berlin. I have to tell you, Alexis is not a fan of this song. At all.
But she's your girlfriend and you really like her.
I do. Oh, the sound design on this next song is groundbreaking. You're gonna love it.
You want a soda? Yeah, me too. I'll be right back. Hey, new yoga mat?
Brand new, never been used in any way.
So, listen, Aunt Mel, this whole Beckett friend thing isn't really working out. Every time he talks about how his lame girlfriend doesn't appreciate him, I just want to put my arms around him.
Well, sure, you want to comfort a friend.
I want to kiss him. Like a lot.
What is going on in this house? It's like the whole place is in heat. Okay, you are only attracted to him because he is tragically taken and unhappy.
Why did you push me into this?
Why does everyone think I'm pushing? You people have problems, I'm trying to help. Okay, look, you wanted to be his friend, right?
Right. Yeah, I just gotta stay focused. Friendship.
Good girl. Stay strong. Hey, and don't look in his eyes and don't sniff his shirt. Ryder?
Morning, ML. There's fresh coffee if you want it. It's fresh.
You don't drink coffee.
I did today. Wide awake. Mountain grown.
What are you doing up so early?
The JV cheerleaders are having their tryouts, and a few of us are gonna go over and, you know,
Watch girls kick and bend?
basically.
Great, so the hormone fairy got you too.
Oh, hey, everybody.
Whoa, what happened to you?
I was out late last night, didn't get much sleep. What are you doing up this early? I thought you were allergic to dawn.
Well, I have my practice 5K with Lindsay. She should be here any minute.
Morning.
Or sooner.
Hey, I'm gonna make us some omelets. What do you want in yours?
Coffee.
You know, I think she may have slept over.
Really? Get out of here.
I'm glad I don't have to be anywhere this morning.
Actually, you were supposed to be someplace.
Really?
Yeah, here. You know, our run at 7:30 sharp.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
There's no need to apologize, Lynn. It's only 7:29. You're actually here early. You drink your coffee, we get some breakfast in you, and you'll be good to go. Isn't that right?
Yeah, sure.
What a great morning, huh? I'm making breakfast. Lindsay's already here, and as soon as you pull that stick out of your butt, you'll be going for a nice run.
I'm sorry I got mad back there, Linz. You know, I'm really counting on this run today, and I appreciate you getting yourself together for me. Lindsay, you gotta pull back now. Oh, this is working out perfect. Thank you so much. I had quite a workout there, draping a blanket over my unconscious trainer.
Look, it's my fault she was out so late, so don't be mad at her, just be mad at me.
Done.
One error in judgment in mine shouldn't destroy your whole friendship with Lindsay, all right? She's a great girl and a phenomenal trainer. I mean, she has flexibility, Mel, like I have never...
Okay, stop right there. Okay, I forgive Lindsay and you eventually, but you need to be aware of what I'm doing with Lindsay.
And you need to be aware of what I'm doing with
No,
Lindsay.
no, stop. The enemy's just coming back.
Look, I mean, clearly, we need to be more serious about how we schedule these things, because just being respectful of each other is not really working out. So how about this? All right, you set all of your workout times, and then Linz and I will plan our dates around that. This way nobody gets hurt.
Fine. Okay, tomorrow's Sunday, and we're not working out, and tonight I have my big town hall meeting, so the kids will be at their party, and you guys can have the house to yourselves. Just do whatever you want. I just don't want to hear about it, and I definitely don't want to see it.
Deal. Ooh, you really are getting stronger.
No, this time it's really anger.
Ugh, football. Do you ever watch football?
Only ironically. But you know who really likes football?
Alexis?
Yeah. Lennox, if I were to, let's say hypothetically, break up with Alexis, do you think that you might, hypothetically, want to go out with me?
What?
I mean, if you were willing to commit, I'd drop Alexis in a nanosecond. It's a very small unit of time. Where...
No, Becky, I know. Wow, this is very flattering.
So you're good to go? You'll be my girlfriend. I'll call her right now.
Okay, wait. So if I agree to go out with you, you'll dump Alexis. But if I say no, you'll stay with her?
Yeah, it's simple economics. You know, a guy doesn't quit a job till he's got another one lined up, and I don't want to go back to being self-employed.
Okay, but if we're dating and you find another girl who's even hotter, will you dump me?
Of course not. Wait, how hot are we talking? Stacey Glasgow?
Beckett, what has happened to you?
I don't know. You know, I never had a girlfriend till a month ago, and now I see all these possibilities, and it's very overwhelming.
Well, let's make this simpler for you. You now have one less possibility.
Oh. So we're back to being friends?
Uh-huh.
With no chance of it turning into anything else?
No chance.
So no hard feelings then if I take off and go see Alexis?
Yeah, fine, go. Go see Alexis, go see Stacy, because according to you, all girls are interchangeable. There's no difference at all. Ugh, what was I thinking? I miss him already.
Please don't be doing it. Please don't be doing it. Please don't be doing it.
Oh, let's grab another bottle of wine, all right? What the hell are you doing here? What happened to the house is all mine tonight?
Well, it is. I'm just gonna sneak upstairs and put on my sex-canceling headphones.
Wait a minute. Get down here. You told me you were gonna be at City Hall all night tonight.
There was a bomb scare. What was I supposed to do?
I don't know, stay there, take one for the team.
Mel! What a nice surprise!
Yeah, I'm a quiet, invisible surprise. I'm just gonna grab this delicious container of brown food meat and go upstairs and eat it all by myself in my room.
Nice, bon appetit.
No. Joe, go get another plate for Mel. I'm going to bring our wine glasses in.
All right, Linz. Take your nondescript leftovers and get upstairs right now.
Lindsay invited me to dinner.
Well, I'm uninviting you. Look, something kind of special is starting to happen here, all right? I think she is becoming my girlfriend. And, you know, I don't normally pull rank here, but girlfriend trumps trainer.
Oh, really? I didn't know we were playing rock, paper, scissors, girlfriend, trainer. All right, you're right. Yeah, I guess I can find a new trainer much, much easier than you can find a new girlfriend.
You really could have just stopped at you're right.
Just let me tell her, okay?
Fine, all right. I'm gonna go grab another bottle of wine. I'll be right back.
Hey, Lindsay, sit down. Let's talk for a second. I'm not gonna be able to train with you anymore.
Why?
Well, because it's just messy with the three of us, you know? And what you and Joe have is more important, you know? You guys have a real relationship.
No, we don't.
Say what?
I wouldn't call it a relationship. I'd call it a great way to burn calories.
Oh, so that's all Joe is to you, just cardio?
There's some strength training in there, too. If you thought I was serious about Joe? No way.
Oh, so this was always about the sex?
Not just sex. Great sex. Just between us, I'm getting back with Josh.
Cheater? Josh?
Yeah, he begged me to come back. And Joe, he's my secret revenge that no one has to know about.
So, where does this leave Joe?
Right here. You know, Linz, I was saving this bottle of wine for a special occasion. Thought tonight might be it. Special night, special lady. But you know what? I'm gonna say this.
Well, guys, I had a big lunch, so I should just head home. So tomorrow at 7 as usual?
Nah, you know, I think I'm gonna give a new trainer a try. You know, a local guy. This ZD is really great. She is missing something.
She sure is.
I thought you were saving that bottle for someone special.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't want to go all the way up and down the stairs again.
You're a true romantic.
I am. Eight, 9, good. 10, nice. Okay, look, that's the stew, all right? You keep going. I'm gonna go check it and be right back. Let's go. 11, right. 12, 13.
13.
Keep going.
14, 15, 16, 17, 25, 15, 10,
Mel!
21, 22.
Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Morning.
Good morning, Joe. Can I get you something? Eggs, bacon, French toast.
What do you want from me?
What? Can't someone do something nice for a friend?
Sure. What do you want from me?
Wow, you really think every gift comes with strings attached, huh? You live in a sad world, Longo. A sad, sad world.
Ow.
No bacon till you teach me Japanese.
Japanese? How did I not see that coming?
Well, I've been wooing Kimura Industries for months now to open a new office in Toledo. The CEO is finally coming to meet me. If this works out, it could lead to lots of good-paying jobs, and maybe I can get one of those knives that cuts through a soda can.
Lots of new jobs would be awesome. You know, you'd look like a hero.
Really? Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
You know I'd do anything for you,
Oh, thank you so much.
but I can't help you.
Hey, hands off. That's payment bacon.
Yes, I learned Japanese for business, but it's not something I can teach you overnight.
You don't have to. Manzo Kimura, the CEO, he speaks English, so I just need to have a few phrases to show him I made an effort.
All right, fine. But in order to teach you the right phrases, I need to know what this Kimura guy is like.
Here, that's him. He's like 80.
You gotta be careful with these old business executives, Mel. You know, sometimes they don't always respect career women.
Oh, well, he'll respect me. Just teach me to say, I may be a girl, but I can drink you under the table, sucker.
I think your demeanor already says that. Let's start with the basics, shall we? Hello, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Nice. Goodbye. Sayonara.
Sayonara. Hello. Goodbye. I can already sing a whole Beatles song. I'm great at this. All right, give me another one and make it hard.
Okay. Pleased to meet you. Hajime mashite.
Hajime mashite. Ooh, I could say it serious. Hajime mashite. Or I could say it happy. Hajime mashite. Or I could say it like Yogi Bear. Hey, hajime mashite, boo boo. Okay, all right, one more, and give me something that's gonna impress Kimura.
Okay. Here is, did you have a pleasant flight? Komochi ga ii suru no tabi deshita ka?
Komochi ga ii deshita ka. How was that?
You just asked Kimura if he was pleasured on his flight. I haven't flown first class in a while, but that would be, one hell of an upgrade.
It's all good, it's okay, it's all right, as far as I can see, it's all good, it's okay, it's all right, I guess you're stuck with me.
Moliy wa doko desu ka?
Nice. Yeah, it was good. Just one small thing. When meeting a Japanese CEO, you might want to say, pleased to meet you, not where is the bathroom?
Darn, I keep mixing those two up. Why'd you teach me where's the bathroom anyway? This is my city. I know where all the good bathrooms are.
It'll come in handy with Kimura and his old man bladder.
Okay, all eyes on me because this is important.
Of course it is. And I'm sure it's the worst thing that ever happened and the first time it's ever happened to anybody.
So get this. Everyone had to pair up to do a Civil War project, and Mr. Beagle assigned me to work with Kelsey Moncrief.
No, not Kelsey Moncrief.
Who is Kelsey Moncrief?
I have no idea. I just like saying Kelsey Moncrief. It almost sounds like swearing.
That guy just cut me off. Hey, pal! Kelsey Moncrief! You know what? You're right. It really does.
Anyway, there's this new boy in school, Braden.
Braden? Doesn't anyone name their kid Steve anymore? I mean, you know, it's all like Bristol and Syrah. I mean, that's probably what they were drinking the night they... Go on.
So, Kelsey and I were best friends. Then everybody told me she was saying really horrible things about me, and we never talked again.
Honey, can you get to the Braden part? Because I'm just not that riveted by the buildup.
So, for 11 straight days, I said hi to Braden at lunch. And the day I was going to make my move and sit with him, guess who swoops in and offers him half her sandwich?
Kelsey Moncrief. You know, honey, but just because Kelsey talks to Braden doesn't mean he likes her.
Oh, yeah? They make out every day on the baseball field.
Oh, they do. They even stand on the correct base.
You spend a lot of time watching them kiss, do you? Because, you know, it's okay not to. Just want to put that out there.
You know, honey, this sucks, but maybe you can find a way to channel your anger into creativity, you know? What's the assignment?
Kelsey is coming over here later to make a diorama of the Battle of Buffington Island. It's the only major battle ever fought in Ohio.
You mean until you and Kelsey?
Honey, look, I know you're in a tough spot, but when Kelsey gets here, I'm sure you're gonna handle this in a mature way.
Diorama. I wish she'd diorama.
Mature, very mature. Steph, I'm getting worried. Mr. Kimura is late and almost 80. If he's not here in 5 minutes, I'm Googling him to see if he died.
Meru Buck?
Yes, and you are... Oh, Toshi Kimura. You must be Mr. Kimura's son. Hajimemashite.
Hajimemashite.
I must admit, I practiced that all day. Could you tell?
Yes, thank you.
Well, where's your father?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, you don't understand a word I'm saying, do you?
Yes, thank you.
Hey, I'm just gonna make a phone call, you know, beep, 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 beep. I don't know why I'm miming, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
Joe, Mr. Kimura can't make it, and he sent his son, a delightful gentleman who speaks exactly 3 words of English. Can you please get your translating butt down here, now?
I don't know, Burke. ESPN's running this beach volleyball marathon.
Longo, I'm dying here.
All right, fine. But it's gonna cost you a lot more than breakfast bacon.
How much more?
You're gonna be doing my laundry for the next month.
What?
Yeah, haven't you heard? Joe Longo lives in a sad, sad world where every gift comes with strings attached. Sayonara, baby.
I wanted to help all of the people of Toledo. So I ran for office and was elected a city council person, the youngest ever. Can I buy you more glug 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 glug?
Yes, thank you.
Everybody speaks boobs. Joe, oh, thank God you're here. I've been nodding like a bobblehead. This is my translator.
He's not deaf, Burke. Hajimemashite, Komura-san. Burke no tsuyaku no Joe Longo desu.
Yeah, we've been communicating entirely through charades. Toshi's dad couldn't make it because he ate some bad shark, or else he was eaten by a shark. I don't know. I'm better at giving clues, okay?
Relax, Longo's got you covered. Toledo, 楽しんでますか?
はい、とても。発音お上手ですね。東京に長いこといらっしゃったんでしょ?
赤坂に。
ああ、ビジネス街に。じゃあ夜の街六本木もよくご存知なんじゃ?
六本木でやったことは六本木で収めましょう。
Don't mind me. My stupid little business deal can wait.
It's polite to socialize before you make a deal.
These Japanese customs are so frustrating.
I'm talking about in America.
When you're done with the small talk, could you sneak in a word about how great it would be to open a new office in downtown Toledo?
お許しください。あなたのわからない言葉で会話するのは失礼でしたね。
He says, please forgive him for conversing in a language that you cannot understand.
Well, tell Toshi I said I'm sorry for the inconvenience for making him wait for a translator.
通訳のせいで待たせてごめんなさい。
あなたと一緒に入れたので少しも迷惑ではありませんでしたよ。
What do you say?
He says, sitting with you could not possibly be considered an inconvenience.
Kind of a charmer, huh? Tell him I said.
He's not blind, Burke.
I like your smile. Aren't you gonna translate that?
Are you trying to close a deal or close the deal?
You know what, Longo, if you don't like it, you can just leave.
Okay, great. I'll see you back at the house then.
No, sayonara. Everybody, sitty. Talk, glug, glug.
Wow, Burke, that was really smooth. You may not really need me at all.
So you and Kelsey are doing the history project, huh? I'm glad you smoothed things over.
Well, we're not making friendship bracelets, but I've decided to be the bigger person.
That's her. Aren't you gonna get it?
No, let the devil in my house? Are you crazy? You get the door.
Why should I help you?
Because I'm the only sister you have.
Damn, that's very effective.
Hey, Ryder. Come on, Lennox, let's get this thing over with.
Look at you two, getting along. Sisterhood is powerful. See ya.
I am not working with her.
It's 25% of your grade.
Fine. Tell her that the dark ground up foam is for the riverbank and the green ground up foam is for the trees.
No, I refuse to be part of your immature game. Man, you got that down. The dark stuff is for the river and the green stuff is for the trees.
Okay, that's how it's gonna be. Tell your sister I brought all the soldiers.
Oh, what a surprise. She'd have her hands on all the men.
She said...
I heard her!
She heard you!
これは我が社にとっても素晴らしくいい機会です。
This could be an excellent opportunity for our company.
Oh, and for Toledo as well.
Toledo Nemo.
それにしてもあなたの美しさはこのシャンパンよりも私を酔わせる。そしてあなたの瞳はまるで輝くダイヤモンドのようだ。
What'd he say?
He said that he admires your choice of champagne tonight.
Only the best for my friend from Japan.
お褒めのお言葉ありがとうございます。兄のように思います。
私を兄のようにだなんて思わないでください。そうだ、日本一美味しい福島の酒でこの取引をまとめましょう。ホテルの部屋にボトルがあるんです。ご一緒してください。通訳の彼は家に帰して。
He says he needs to go to bed.
All that was he needs to go to bed?
Well, he used the polite form, you know.
What a shame, but I should probably get home too. I'm stuffed. Always tired after a big meal.
大変ここに思います。ブロッコリーでgasか。もっとひどいかも。
Kitty?
What's kitty?
Stuffed full.
Yes, giddy. Mucho giddy.
お気の毒にそれは大変ですね。でもあなたの正直なところが素敵です。
He says good night, and the onion ring loaf was an exotic treat.
君はこんな色っぽい上司がいて運のいい野郎だ。
ありがとうございます。でも彼女は私の上司じゃありません。私はバイトなんです。
Still no word from Toshi or his office?
Nope, nothing.
I thought things went so well last night. And not just about the new office in Toledo. I kind of got the feeling that Toshi was, sort of attracted to me.
But you don't speak Japanese. How could you tell?
It's just a feeling, like body language.
Oh, yeah, like Mark from personnel who always rubs up against me in the elevator.
That's a different kind of feel. You should report that. And take the stairs next time.
Delivery from Mel Burke.
Oh, it's from Toshi.
Long-stemmed roses in a crystal vase? That means the same thing in every language. This Toshi's got bank.
Please forgive bad Google translation. It was pleasurable doing the business with you.
You did the business with him?
Hope you're enjoying more healthy today. Your eyes are beautiful, even when you are sick with diarrhea.
You told him you had diarrhea? Blondes can say anything and guys still want you.
I didn't tell him that. Joe must have told him I had diarrhea.
Why would you tell Joe that?
I didn't tell him that. Joe must have come out with that all on his own.
Why? Why would Joe say you had diarrhea?
That's something we'll never know, because before he has a chance to tell me, I'm gonna kill him. Hey, I just wanted to thank you again for translating last night.
I'm glad I could help.
It's funny. At the end of the night, I feel like there was a little spark between Toshi and me, an unspoken connection. I don't know, but then it just kind of fizzled out mysteriously.
Really? I mean, I know you made a couple of jokes, but I didn't see any real connection there.
I felt something, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, with matters of the heart, Burke, you can never really be sure.
True. True, unless you get flowers and a card that says, I really like you, hope your diarrhea is all better.
Wow, Toshi's English is really improving.
What were you thinking? I mean, it's gotta be one of two things. Either it was temporary insanity or permanent insanity.
Burke, let me explain.
No. And if it was insanity, I could forgive you, but I'm just not buying that defense, so it's gotta be what? Jealousy?
Jealousy? Now who's talking crazy? I was doing you a favor.
What favor?
What favor? I'll tell you what favor, all right? The favor was... Look, Toshi's a very important businessman, okay? But he is not the right guy for you.
Based on what?
Based on what? Based on a feeling. No, you know what? It was more than a feeling. I had an intuition.
You had an intuition?
Yeah, I had an intuition.
Okay, well, Joe, I can't see out of your skirt from here, so I gotta ask, are you a woman?
Oh, I see. What, men can't have intuitions?
Oh, no. Men have intuitions all the time. The only difference is when men have them, they are always wrong. What you did didn't only affect me, it could have killed the whole deal for Toledo.
Look, if Toshi truly is not a scoundrel, he will not kill the deal over something like this.
Well, luckily, Toshi didn't kill the deal. His assistant called from Japan and set up another meeting. Toshi said he wants to continue our conversation at his hotel tonight.
That's great. That's fantastic. Okay, look, and I promise you, tonight, I will translate every single word you say perfectly, all right?
Great. All right. You can meet us at 1:15. You must be crazy if you think I'd hire you again.
I need another guy. Just take one, like you always do.
Almost done, almost done, almost done.
Thank God, thank God, thank God.
It's Brayden. Excuse me.
Yeah, since when do you need my permission?
Oh my God.
What happened?
He says, getting my license Friday, and babe, I need my freedom. We'll always have second base.
Did Brayden just break up with you?
You win. He's all yours.
I'd never go out with him now. He broke up with you in a text message. Nobody does that to my ex-best friend.
You mean that?
Yeah, after all we've been through. I mean, you were there for me when I had my big crisis in 2nd grade.
Well, cursive is tough. You know, when I transferred here, I heard you were still a bitch, but you're not like that.
Yeah, and I heard you were a two-faced slut. I think the only reason we stopped getting along was because of a bunch of stupid rumors.
I am so done with all that petty gossip.
Me too. Who said I was a bitch?
Konnichiwa.
こんにちは。
Thank you. Oh, I've got a new one. Tole wa doko desu ka?
あ、はい、こちらです。
Oh, no, I don't actually have to use the bathroom. I was just showing off. So, yeah, tummy is all good. Thumbs up, no problems down there at all. Yeah. Thank goodness is right.
どうぞ。
You know, Toshi, even though we don't speak the same language, I really like you.
来てくれてありがとう。今夜はいい夜になりそうですね。
Not sure what you just said, but you sure look pretty saying it. See, like that. You know, usually when I meet a cute guy, I spend so much energy trying to hide what I'm thinking, but with you, I can just say it.
酒？
Oh, we'll get to that. But first, business before pleasure. Your assistant said there'd be a translator. What time is the translator coming?
Hi, I'm Passion.
You're the translator?
Sure, I'm whatever you want me to be.
Okay, I think there's been a misunderstanding.
I got a call. I came over. I understand it.
No. You see, Toshi doesn't speak the language.
Yes, thank you.
See, he doesn't know English. He only knows 3 words.
Yes, 3-3.
Well, what do you know? Toshi learned a 4th word. Okay, well, Toshi, you can translate this. Kelsey Moncrief.
Kelsey Moncrief?
Sure, but it'll cost you extra.
I didn't expect you home this early.
Yeah, well, Toshi's a busy guy. Turns out I wasn't the only thing on his to-do list tonight.
What happened?
It's just, ugh. I can't talk about it.
All right, I get it. You don't want to talk about it? You don't have to talk about it.
Ugh, Toshi's gross, you know? He's a slime ball, a sleaze bag. Do we have enough pervs here in Toledo? Now we have to start importing them? So yes, Longo, your intuition was absolutely right.
It was? I mean, yeah, that's right. It was. Lucky for you, I had such good intuition.
Well, I'm gonna head upstairs and have the hazmat team hose me off. Joe, you remember yesterday when I, accused you of being kind of jealous?
Yeah.
Now I know I was wrong. You know, it wasn't about that at all. You were just protecting me.
Yep, that's right. That's what I was doing. Just looking out for you.
Thanks.
Hey. You know, sometimes we all misinterpret.
Good news. Toshi's dad had parasites.
Yay! Go Parasites!
No, that means Manzo Kimura wasn't eaten by a shark. He's coming here to talk to me about opening that new office.
Does Kimura know when his son tried to pull on you?
Well, he will once I tell him, Toshi wa ukina soseji o mottemasu.
You know what you just said, Burke?
Yeah, Toshi is a huge wiener.
Has. You just said he has.
Man, this is one tricky language. Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Wow, Joe, you were the pledge master of your college fraternity and captain of your rowing team?
And the wrestling team, but really they're just titles, guys. You know, titles are meaningless unless you're the president. Turn the page.
Wow, president of the student body. Look at that long wavy hair.
Huh, and that mustache. Very Ned Flanders.
Yeah, we had a mustache growing contest.
Clearly, there were no winners.
This is me singing in that rockapella group that I began. It's called the Treble Makers.
See, Joe, this is a much better way to relive your college years. Yeah, going to that reunion would have just been asking for treble.
Who says I'm not going?
Well, I mean, come on, you had a rough year, the scandal, the divorce.
The bankruptcy.
Yeah, I mean, the highlight of your year was getting a job as a nanny.
Thank you for all the sunshine, everybody. But I'm going, all right? I was Joe Longo then, and I'm Joe Longo now. My self-esteem does not depend on what a bunch of my former classmates think, all right? I am walking in there with my head held high.
Oh, you found a hot date, didn't you?
Burnt my tongue, yeah. Singed my eyebrows. That's not the reason why I'm going.
But it helps.
Immeasurably.
It's all good, it's okay, it's all right, as far as I can see, it's all good, it's okay, it's all right, I guess you're stuck with me.
Tomorrow night, the mayor wants you to have drinks with Gustavo Carvalho. You know, the Brazilian artist who drapes buildings in tinfoil?
What? The power of my art is its intentional randomness. It's big stuff wrapped in foil, dude. Get a life.
His installation in Chicago brought in 500,000 tourists.
Like I said, the man's a genius. Well, the mayor wants me to wine and dine Gustavo. I'll just have to go and flirt and toss my hair. Ugh, I'm such a floozy for Toledo.
Don't you women understand that agreeing to a date is like a contract? You can't just cancel the day before the event because, you know, your mother suddenly needs platelets.
Your date canceled? How horrible. Whatever will you do?
Come on, you can't find another flashy, large-breasted TV weather girl? Or as I like to call them, cumulobimbus?
Donna is a meteorologist.
Yeah, you're thinking with your barometer.
Look, she's Ivy League educated, all right? She is smart, charming, funny, double-jointed, everything you want when you go to a reunion, and now she's gone.
Look, now you have a good excuse not to go.
If I don't show up, he's right. He wins, and he gets the last laugh, okay?
I hate when he has the last laugh. Who he?
Kyle Cookler. We competed for everything in school, and I always won. And on the last day of school, he comes up to me and he says, Joe Longo, one day I will be top dog, and that will be the worst day of your life.
Well, how do you know he's on top? I mean, maybe he's a nanny somewhere.
Not that that's a bad thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Well, here's the latest issue of Not a Nanny magazine. Look at this. 6-page spread, all right, on his amazing life, his Fifth Avenue penthouse. I mean, it focuses mainly on the dogs' rooms here, but look, it mentions Cookler's yacht, his beauty queen physicist wife. See, I need somebody like that. Looks and brains.
All right, fine. Stop begging. I will go with you.
I don't want you to go with me.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't want you to go with me.
Joe Joe's got his reunion and I've got my dinner thingy. We're both gonna be late, so I want you to babysit each other. Do you think you can handle that?
Don't play with matches.
Don't order naked movies.
We're good.
All right, now here's $20 each for food, no friends over, and stay out of trouble, or I will come to your school and kiss you at lunch.
All right, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
How to order naked movies with cash?
No, perv. Okay, I'll give you a hint. What comes before part B? Party! Let's throw in. We have $40 and no adults.
Why do you want to have a party?
Okay, fine. I'll say it in dork. Because the adults are not here. We have a responsibility to be irresponsible.
It's a lot of pressure.
Cool. So, we'll invite the drama kids, the blog squad, the girl who got struck by lightning, everybody who's interesting. Plus you.
A couple cheerleaders?
No.
One cheerleader.
Fine. For diversity.
All right, remember, you're my backup girl, okay? Don't leave me alone with the master of tinfoil. We'll be out of here just as soon as we can convince him how great the Toledo courthouse will look as a giant ding-dong.
Hi, excuse me, are you ladies...
Thirsty, good call. I would like a dirty martini, extra olives, and my friend here will have a vodka tonic. Please don't card her. She's an adult, even though she buys her clothes at Build-A-Bear.
I like their shoes. We're waiting for the rest of our party to arrive. Gustavo Carvalho, the avant-garde artist.
More like con artist. He wraps buildings in tinfoil, I assume to lock in the flavor.
Crazy world. Someone could splash paint on a toilet seat and call it art.
Exactly. And people pay for that crap. You're Gustavo Carvalho, aren't you?
How awkward for you.
Wow. Well, the good news is my tube top falling down during the electric slide at my Sweet 16 is no longer the most humiliating moment of my life.
It's okay. Sometimes even I don't understand my art. One thing I do understand, though, is the effect a beautiful woman has on me.
Oh. Go on.
So that's one dirty martini, extra olives for the lovely councilwoman, and please tell me again what you were having.
Oh, a lovely cab ride home. Yeah, she was just leaving.
I thought I was your backup girl.
You were. Yeah, backup girl. Right out the door. Yeah, I can handle this. So, you ever foil wrapped a city official?
Joe Longo?
Joe Longo, you showed up.
Oh, that is so brave.
We heard about
Everything.
It was so awful.
But you're still standing.
Actually, ladies, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, sure you are.
You just keep repeating that, honey.
Hey! Joe Longo showed up.
Mikey, what's going on, man?
Longo!
Jamie! Oh my God, what happened?
It's no big deal. I mean, nothing compared to what happened to you, man. It's a tough break.
Thank you. I appreciate all of your pity.
He showed up. Think you owe me a little something, something.
Let me just say what everyone here's thinking. This party sucks.
Relax. It's still early. The interesting people come fashionably late. That's why they're interesting. All right, there you go. Party officially on. Come on, put on your party face.
6 extra large pizzas? That'd be $40. So what's going on here?
We're having a party.
Yeah, it's the Rager.
You came at the right time. You can avoid the line to the bathroom.
Anyway, thanks for the pizza.
And thanks for not tipping. All that extra money would have just weighed me down.
You're snarky. I like snarky. You want to stay for the party?
Sure. I guess I could stay until the cops break this thing up. Got anything to eat?
Pizza?
Oh, pizza. That'd be different.
Oh, excuse me while I go flirt with girls who aren't here.
Sure, that'd be different.
You left Facebook, man. Who does that? I needed some privacy till I got back on my feet. No offense, Jamie.
Please, I lost a feeling in my legs, not my sense of humor.
Hey, Jamie, did I see you driving up in a Porsche Carrera?
Oh, yeah. 6 cylinders, Bose surround, cherry wood hand controls. I'm telling you, the thing is a chick magnet. Plus, I get to park anywhere I want. Bam!
Hey, Joe, you still driving that Porsche of yours?
No. Okay, would you give the poor son of a bitch a break? He's been through a lot.
Hey, I didn't ask what happened to all the wavy hair. Hey, this is a choice.
Yeah, so's this wheelchair.
Oh my God, guys! Kyle Cookler just called from his helicopter. He's on his way.
Please, please, you don't have to apologize. I hear comments like that all the time about my work. What is it? Is it art? Is it, baked potato?
Is it a big-ass to-go meal? The world's largest garlic bread. Jiffy Pop for giants. I've been saving them up.
I'm flattered you have put so much thought into my work.
Hey, stop it. You know, I think Toledo would be very lucky to have your next installation. I think it would be very stimulating.
Oh?
For the city, not just me.
Do you have to take that?
Nah, it's just my nanny. He can leave a message.
Oh, what if it's about your kids?
Nah, I left them home alone. Yeah, they're fine. My nanny's at his college reunion. I know exactly what he's calling to say. I'm here, having the time of my life. You were wrong, I was right.
You were right, I was wrong. I know I don't say that very often, Mel. All right, I've never said that, but what can I say? I am literally having the worst night of my life. The only good news is there's an open bar here. Anyway, I'm not running away. Nope, I am going down swigging. I mean swinging. Oh, hell, I mean swigging.
The mayor says he'll give you the key to the city. Well, it's not really a key, it's a magnetic swipey thing. But, you know, I'll give you 10% off anything at the Children's Museum.
Mel, please listen to that message. The blinking light is quite insistent.
I'm sorry, it's just...
You were right, I was wrong. I know I don't say that very often, Mel. All right, I've never said that, but what can I say? I am literally having the worst night of my life. Isabel? Isabel Ryan.
Oh my God. Joe Longo?
Hey.
Hi. Wow, you are not fat and old like half these people.
And you've been changed a bit. You look great. You look amazing.
Thank you. So do you. What have you been up to?
Yeah, like you don't know. Oh, you don't know? Well, let's just say I'm sort of in a post-awesome phase.
Well, you and me both.
So let's see. Last time I talked to you, you were gonna get married to Steve, right? And then you were gonna head to New York and become an actress.
What does that mean? Okay, well, Steve is now happily married to Eric. Yep. And you know that musical, Legally Blonde?
Yeah.
I did 500 performances as left mezzanine usher. But you know what? Life happens, right? You pick yourself up, you put on your lipstick, and you go to your reunion.
I did that too. Not the lipstick part, though. I've had a few career setbacks myself as of late, and currently I'm working as a, nanny. Nanny! Beige minivan!
Receptionist at my brother's law firm, and I take the bus.
How come you and I never went out?
Because you always had a girlfriend, sometimes more than one.
Not that guy anymore. He was something, though, huh?
Do you want to, find a table away from all these annoying, successful people?
I'd love to. Let me just make a quick phone call.
Hello, Joe?
Steph, hey, look, I left Mel a message earlier, and I told her I was having a terrible time here, but, my night is sort of turning around a little bit, and, I may be home late. So, can you just tell her that I...
Joe? Joe? What's that? What's terrible? I can't hear you.
Just, tell her to disregard the previous message, okay? Stephanie, can you hear me? Stephanie, hello?
Stephanie, is that, your girlfriend?
No, I do not have a girlfriend.
I'm Joe Longo's girlfriend. I need to get in there.
I
don't think you're on the list.
What's your name?
Saeed Al-Fabi.
Oh, you look different. Some of us work out.
2 more coming up, all right? Mel.
Joe! Darling, it's me! Your beautiful, smart, and successful girlfriend.
What the hell are you doing here?
Joe, sweetheart, I missed you. Look, I got your message. You sound like you're having a terrible time. So come on, show me off. I so want to meet all of my boyfriend's classmates. Oh, is this one of them? Hi. Hey, how are you? I'm Mel Burke, city council person, but also, you know, Joe's girlfriend.
Oh, no, she is not my girlfriend.
All right, fine. I have to be honest, I'm not his girlfriend. I'm his fiance. I just can't get used to saying it out loud.
Not that guy anymore, huh? You haven't changed at all.
Wait a minute.
Nice meeting you. Great shoes. See you at the wedding. Oh, who's that? She's pretty cute.
Yeah, somebody really great that I was just reconnecting with until the love of my life showed up. My fake frigging fiance.
Okay, all right, not to worry. I'm great with people. I will just go over there and talk to her, and I will straighten this out in a jiff, which is shorter than a jiffy. That's how good I am. Hey. Hi, Isabel. Sorry, funny story, I hope. I'm not actually Joe's girlfriend or his fiance. He works for me, and I thought if I came down here and told people we were a couple that... Look, the point is, Joe's a great guy. You know, he's handsome and smart and funny, and he's gonna make some lucky lady very happy.
You know, that kiss back there was awfully convincing.
But that kiss? No. That was our first and last, okay? And right after we're done talking, I'm gonna go Purell my lips. Like, come on, you two obviously hit it off.
Well, we were sort of clicking.
Good, go. Click some more. Click your asses off.
Hi. Do you want to dance?
I thought you'd never ask.
So you have a pretty nice boss.
Oh, she's not my boss. Technically, she's my friend. Actually, I'm really more freelance.
I'm sorry that I doubted you. I just remembered the old Joe Longo, the one who had girls fighting over him.
That guy is not me. That guy is long gone.
Out of my way! I'm Mrs. Joe Longo! Joe, honey, it's me, your wife, from our marriage.
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Don't worry, baby. Mama's here.
And to think I almost missed this.
Wasn't that epic? We had more pizzas than people.
That was not my fault. I tweeted a great invite. Look, it was witty and clever.
Nobody came because they didn't know when to show up. You put the party time as question mark to question mark.
No, that is not why. Oh, yeah. Well, why didn't you proofread this before?
You don't proofread a tweet. It's 140 characters. How do you screw that up?
Well, I guess we better clean up.
No one was here to make a mess. We're a disappointment to teenagers everywhere.
All right, I sent Stephanie home. That girl seriously needs to get a life. Always trying to save the day, come to the rescue. What? Okay, I know. I can be overprotective and over-involved and over-dramatic, but that's only because I overcare.
Well, you need to get over yourself. I can take care of me.
Oh? Did you get Isabel to give you her number?
No, after Stephanie's one-woman show, I never saw her again.
Well, then I think you're gonna be very happy about this.
Buy 10 Froyos, get the 11th free.
Oops. Wrong card. Here.
Isabel Ryan? Is this your phone number?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I don't mess everything up. I ran into her in the parking lot, told her what really happened. She said a story as lame as that has got to be true.
Thank you, Burke, for repairing almost all the damage that you did.
You're welcome. Guess my work here is done.
Oh, great. Just when my night was looking up, Kyle friggin' Cookler. You see that, Mel? A year ago, that was my life. I was that guy.
Yeah, well, he's just another tall, rich, extremely handsome loser. Come on, let's get out of here.
No. I can handle it.
Joe Longo. Mighty Joe Longo. I haven't seen you since graduation. A few things have changed, huh? I read the papers.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed. How you been, Kyle?
Oh, can you hold on, Joe? This is business. You remember that. Yes, Mr. Drexel? What? Yes, of course. I could be at the office in the hour. No, sir, not a problem. Yes, with the entire cost breakdown, but sure. No, I am not at a party. I'm on my way, sir. Look, Joe, I gotta run.
Take care, Kyle. We'll see you around.
Alyssa, really? Here? Come on.
Oh, it looks like your buddy has quite the life.
Yeah. Is it terrible I feel so great about that?
Not at all. No, you know what? I was wrong about reunions. That right there is totally worth you coming.
So how did your dinner with the foil guy go?
Oh my God. He's in a taxi out front.
Bye, Gustavo. Thank you.
Hey, give me that taxi receipt. I can deduct it. Lennox, Ryder, what happened here?
Did you guys have a party?
You wouldn't believe it if we told you.
We invited everyone from school, but there may have been a little confusion.
Confusion was two people not listening to me upstairs. I'll deal with you two in the morning if you will kindly remind me.
I can't believe it. They totally just didn't listen to you.
Yeah. It's so cute. They're growing up. Whew, what a night.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh, by the way, when you went in for that attack kiss of yours, I think you chipped my front tooth.
Well, I didn't expect you to open your mouth.
My jaw was dropping in shock. God, you really went for it.
I was just trying to sell it.
Yeah, well, you were pretty convincing.
Well, I'm a good salesperson.
Yeah, well, next time, give me a little warning, okay?
What do you mean next time?
I don't mean next time. I mean, but just don't do it again.
You should be so lucky.
And ordered her to stay right there. Melissa ran downstairs and opened the door. She expected a handsome man, but instead, she found Joseph Longo standing on her porch. She let out a sound of disgust. Joseph promised to be quick. He admitted he was a complete jackass down at City Hall. He confessed he never should have crashed her meeting to ask where her brother-in-law was. He knew it was wrong and just wanted to come to her house to say that he was sorry. Suddenly, Melissa shouted the word Bolivia. Joseph flinched visibly. She noted that he flinched because she shouted Bolivia. Joseph replied that people in Bolivia would have flinched at her volume. He insisted he did not know where the man was. Melissa told him to get lost and leave her alone. Just then, Griffin, Melissa's actual date, walked up the steps. He looked handsome and smelled wonderful. He asked who Joseph was. Melissa quickly dismissed Joseph as nobody. She turned to Griffin, her heart sinking. She knew they had both waited a long time for this date. She explained that she had a niece in crisis. She desperately wanted to go on the date, but she had to spend time with her family. She complimented Griffin on how great he smelled. She reached into the house and grabbed a large gift basket she had received earlier. She handed it to Griffin, telling him she was excited for the date but could not go. She hoped the gift would hold him over for a few weeks, or maybe more, since she did not know when her life would settle down. Griffin looked at the basket in surprise, noting it was a whole bucket of gravy. The next morning, the house was in its usual state of chaos. Rhonda arrived late. Melissa was frantic. Rhonda claimed she was late because she had been filling out paperwork for the nanny agency. Melissa was shocked, completely unaware of this development. Rhonda told her to relax, stating it was a happy visit today. Suddenly, Joseph Longo walked into the kitchen. Melissa immediately refused whatever he was selling. Joseph ignored her refusal. He explained that he had found the city budget online the previous night and had gone through it. He proposed a thought. He suggested that Melissa hire him to manage the cash in the general fund that was just sitting there. He promised to double her rate of return. That way, she would have enough money for both smaller class sizes and extra garbage pickups. He even added that there would be pie for everyone. Melissa admitted that it sounded like a great plan and that she would sign up immediately if he were not a complete lunatic. Joseph defended himself, stating his name and reminding her that he ran her brother-in-law's commodities division. He had made him millions. Legitimate millions, he stressed, which her relative then squandered. Melissa apologized for his loss. Joseph noted that she had gone all Bolivia on him again. He asked if she could get him a job downtown. Melissa informed him there was a strict hiring freeze. She said she was genuinely sorry he had lost his job. Joseph revealed that losing his job was old news. Just yesterday he had lost his condominium, and now the bank was about to repossess his car. He added that the morning's big headline for his life was that his adorable wife had decamped to her mother's house. He looked out the window, sighing that he was really going to miss his car. Melissa tried to put it nicely. She explained that she had her own overwhelming problems. She asked if he lived in her district. Joseph replied that now that he was living in his car, he technically did. Melissa listed her burdens. She had meetings, a trash revolt, a teenager on the brink of disaster, and she was in desperate need of professional help for the household, not for herself. Joseph pointed out that she would not find anybody this way. He noted that the salary she was offering for a nanny was terrible. Melissa argued that it was a living. It included meals, which the nanny would be cooking because otherwise the people in the house would starve. Joseph noticed she used the pronoun she. He asked if the applicant had to be a woman. Melissa asked a personal question in return, wondering if his hair got sick of him and left. Joseph touched his bald head, stating firmly that it was a personal choice. They began to negotiate. Joseph pointed out that they both knew her offer was a lowball number. He pushed her for her absolute top number. Melissa gave him a figure. He accepted the deal immediately. Melissa was stunned, asking who had offered him a job. Joseph declared he could start today. He just needed to move a few things around, mostly his car, to avoid the Tuesday street cleaning. Melissa panicked. She reminded him they were talking about a nanny position. There were actual children involved. She asked if he had ever worked with kids. Joseph scoffed, claiming that right out of college, he ran a youth center downtown. He said he was in charge of 50 teenagers. He cooked them meals and helped them with their homework. He declared he was completely in charge. Melissa agreed that he sounded perfect. There was just one little detail holding her back. She admitted she did not really like him. Their conversation was interrupted by Ryder, who rushed in to announce that the school bus was not running today. The street was blocked because of some kind of garbage protest. Melissa cursed under her breath, realizing she was going to miss her important meeting to drive him. Joseph stepped in immediately. He told her she would make her meeting. He volunteered to take the boy to school. He introduced himself to Ryder as Joe. He pointed out the window to his beautiful sports car, mentioning it was his for 10 more days. Ryder thought it was sweet. Melissa hesitated, but ultimately decided to let him do it. She told them to buckle up. As they walked out, Ryder asked if Joe was the cute yelling guy from yesterday. Melissa confirmed he was a homeless commodities trader who was now taking care of the kids. She wondered aloud how high her own voice sounded as she processed the absurdity of her life. Later, Melissa was on the telephone with the nanny agency. telling them that her new hire sounded great. She admitted Rhonda was right. She could not do this alone. The person on the phone asked if the new nanny was a commodities trader. Melissa quickly said he was just temporary and definitely not cute, noting his lack of hair. She asked when she could officially interview the woman the agency was sending. Suddenly, Joe walked through the front door, carrying a basket of laundry. He asked when the last time anybody did any laundry in the household was. He accused them of living like pigs. Melissa gasped, seeing her delicate clothing in his hands. She demanded to know how he got her delicates and if he had been in her room. Joe simply said yes. Melissa immediately told the agency to pull the trigger and send the professional nanny. She turned to Joe, remembering she had suggested he take the boy to school. She asked why Ryder was home in the middle of the day. Joe explained that Ryder was working on his history paper. Melissa's forehead wrinkled in anger. She told Joe to pack the veins back into his forehead and calm down. Joe explained his logic. He took the kid to school, and Ryder told him he did not have his history paper. So they drove back to the house to get it. Then Ryder confessed he had not exactly written it yet. Joe told the boy he had better exactly write it because it was due today. So, Ryder was upstairs writing it right now, and Joe declared the boy was not coming out until the paper was completely done. Melissa was baffled. She questioned if that was what he considered nannying. She argued that you do not bring a child home who has not done his work. She believed you leave him at school to get yelled at by the teachers, which is what he has coming to him. Joe asked what kind of rules those were. Melissa stated they were the rules that everybody knows. Joe countered that he was somebody, and he had never heard of those rules. Melissa decided to focus on her next crisis. She called out for Lennox, telling her it was time to go to the principal's office. There was no answer. She realized Lennox was not there. She turned on Joe, asking where the girl was and stating he was supposed to watch her. Joe defended himself, saying Melissa never explicitly said that. Melissa argued it was obvious. The girl had gotten suspended, and now she had completely ditched the disciplinary meeting. Joe paused, absorbing her panic. He conceded that she was right. Melissa was shocked that he admitted it. She took it as a compliment. She quickly formulated a plan. She knew Lennox had about 3 places she usually went after school. She decided to start searching there. Joe asked if she wanted him to help her. She desperately said yes, asking him to please do so. Joe searched the neighborhood and eventually found Lennox sitting alone on a rooftop overlooking the city. He walked up quietly. He observed the view and commented that there was nothing quite like this place. He told her he could work with a kid like her. He asked if this was where she came for her adolescent brooding. Lennox looked at him suspiciously, asking if he had come up there to turn her in. Joe shook his head, saying that was not really his style. Lennox challenged him, asking what his style was. Melissa immediately recognized the danger in his posture. She told him not to be that guy. She pleaded with him over the microphone, asking him not to be that guy who brings his personal garbage into a public arena and acts like a crazy person. She asked him to act like a gentleman. She thanked him in advance, hoping to defuse the situation. Joseph ignored her plea. He demanded to know where the money was. He shouted, asking where the hell the money was that her brother-in-law had stolen from him. Melissa felt a cold dread wash over her. Her sister had married a man who turned out to be a massive fraud, stealing millions from innocent investors, including the man standing before her. Melissa took a deep breath. She clarified that it was her sister who was involved with him, but that was not her. She looked out at the audience, her eyes wide with a mixture of embarrassment and solidarity. She asked the room if anybody there had a relative they were not exactly proud of. A gentle ripple of understanding laughter moved through the crowd. She noted that it was not just her. Later that evening, back in the safety of Melissa's chaotic home, Rhonda tried to lighten the mood. She pointed out that at least the angry man from the meeting, Joseph, was somewhat attractive. Melissa rolled her eyes, stating flatly that she did not see it. Rhonda praised Melissa for holding her own up there, saying she reminded her of her father, the esteemed senator. Melissa sighed, sniffing her jacket. She worried aloud about how she appeared, asking if she smelled like desperation or something worse. Rhonda assured her that she smelled like authority. Melissa smiled, a genuine spark returning to her eyes. She declared that authority was indeed her signature fragrance. She admitted, in all humility, that she was smoking hot on that stage. They shared a triumphant high five, celebrating the small victories. Rhonda added that the brother-in-law and his various felonies had totally shifted the focus of the meeting, effectively putting the whole trash issue to bed. Their celebration was cut short when Lennox, Melissa's 15-year-old niece, walked into the living room. She carried an air of profound teenage apathy. She asked her aunt why angry white men were throwing trash at their front door. Melissa tried to explain the complexities of municipal government, stating that there was a political debate in the community in which the majority felt as though they had to take a stand. She stopped, realizing the conversation was getting entirely too heavy and, given the nature of the protest, really smelly. Lennox simply dropped another piece of mail on the table. She mentioned casually that she was just going to leave it there for her aunt, adding that there were about 10 more bags of trash on the porch. Melissa changed the subject, trying to reach out to her niece. She asked Lennox if she had seen the new dresser she had put in her room. Lennox nodded, her face devoid of emotion. She said it was really cute, but she was okay without it. She pointed out that she still had her suitcases. Melissa watched Lennox walk away, her heart aching. Lennox still thought living there was temporary. Melissa confided in Rhonda that Lennox no longer told her what she thought. Melissa reminisced about her own teenage years, imagining all the rebellious things Lennox could be saying or doing, like sneaking out of the house or getting matching tattoos. Instead, Lennox was just silent. Melissa felt she was doing horrible things, like putting permanent furniture in the girls' room. She joked bitterly that she was clearly a monster. Rhonda tried to comfort her. She reminded Melissa that teenagers were naturally difficult. She asked Melissa if she remembered what she was like at 15. Melissa confessed she did not remember very clearly, implying she had a wild youth herself. Rhonda announced she was going out for the night and would be staying with the kids if Melissa needed anything. The conversation shifted to Ryder, Melissa's nephew. Rhonda mentioned that his basketball coach said he needed a better jump shot. She asked Melissa if she had one of those. Melissa laughed, playing along with a light-hearted stereotype, confirming her complete lack of athletic prowess. She turned her attention to Ryder, who was hovering nearby. She instructed him to do any homework he had, be good, and most importantly, not to torch the place. Rhonda raised an eyebrow. Melissa explained that Ryder had once started a single alarm fire at his old house. It happened the week his father ran off. Ryder had been so angry that he stacked 20 of his father's expensive suits on the driveway, added some top-shelf cognac, and lit them up. Rhonda nodded slowly, understanding the deep pain behind the boy's actions. She mused that, in a way, they all needed to let things out every now and then. Melissa firmly disagreed. She stated that the urge to set things on fire was an urge they must absolutely repress. Melissa thanked Rhonda for babysitting. She confessed she had not had a single date since her niece and nephew had moved in. It had been so long that she was actually nervous. She held up 2 different outfits for Rhonda to judge. One outfit screamed smart, independent, and possessing a bright political future. The other outfit whispered rumors of a former bad girl who was back on the scene. Rhonda pointed to the second outfit without hesitation. Just as Melissa was getting ready, the telephone rang. It was Mrs. Chong from the local school. No, wait, it was the principal of the Channel School. Melissa's face fell as she listened to the voice on the other end of the line. She gasped, asking what Lennox had done, when she had done it, and where. She could not believe it had happened today. She told the principal she found it hard to believe. She defended Lennox, saying the girl had not told her anything and that such behavior was not at all typical. She assured the principal she believed her and understood when something was serious. She apologized profusely and promised to talk to the girl. Melissa hung up the telephone, feeling a massive headache coming on. She turned to Rhonda, her voice full of disbelief. She explained that today at school, Lennox had handed out flyers containing an original poem. The poem rhymed the principal's name in a highly creative way that did not go over well with Miss Lent. Melissa worried that Channel 5 News might pick up the story, especially since she had just been on the air, live, denying any family trouble. She lamented her situation. 2 months into living with her, and the girl gets suspended. She sarcastically awarded herself the title of Legal Guardian of the Year. Rhonda told her she needed help. She kept telling Melissa to hire somebody, an organizer or a professional. She joked that the kids needed structure, discipline, and possibly electroshock therapy. She gently reminded Melissa that she could not do everything herself. Melissa, fueled by a sudden burst of determined energy, agreed that she might not be able to do everything, but she could certainly do this. It was just a matter of going upstairs and setting that girl straight. She marched toward the stairs, leaving Rhonda behind. Melissa paused halfway up the staircase, asking aloud why her sister was not there to discipline her own daughter. She answered her own question with a heavy sigh, remembering that her sister was currently locked up in a federal prison. Melissa entered Lennox's room. She tried a soft approach first. She brought up an old memory, asking Lennox if she remembered when the two of them went to the Fall Out Boy concert. She showed Lennox an old picture she had just found. Lennox looked at it and dryly pointed out that it was the picture that had been hanging very obviously in the hallway outside her door. Melissa corrected her, saying it was hanging affectionately, not obviously. She tried to reminisce about what a great night it was. Lennox saw right through the attempt. She asked where Melissa was going with this sudden trip down memory lane. Melissa said she was just remembering the good times, the times when they shared things and told each other important things. She pointedly mentioned that something important had happened today. Lennox sighed, realizing she was caught. She admitted she did not think she could get suspended with something she might actually want to share. Melissa pressed forward. Lennox finally shared her perspective. She stated plainly that Miss Lent was a fascist. Melissa, exasperated, asked why Lennox could not have just called her that instead of writing that poem. Lennox shrugged, saying she never got in trouble at her old school. Melissa reminded her that this was because her parents had bought the old school an indoor pool. Lennox complained that the pool did not even have a spa, showing how detached from reality her former life had been. Melissa laid down the law. She informed Lennox that Miss Lent was expecting an apology. She announced that the two of them had an appointment down in the principal's office at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Lennox sarcastically told her to let her know how that goes. Melissa firmly stated that until Lennox talked to the principal, she could not go back to school. Lennox stubbornly replied that she guessed she was not going back to school then. Melissa insisted that she was. She emphasized that education was the most important thing. The doorbell rang. Melissa assumed it was her date. She told Lennox she had more to say, tired of life being unfair. How about for once it just be fair? I would be upset too, if my mom and dad bailed on me, Joe said gently. You are talking about Miss Lent. You say so. You do not know anything about me. You are right, I do not. But what I really do not know about you is why you are taking this all out on your aunt. Because she is the only person who has not bailed on you. Look, I know she can get a little skitsy at times. All times. But since we are talking about fair, do you really think it is fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of stink for something that she did not do? Big bowl of stink? What is that? You will know when you have eaten one. Meanwhile, Mel was sitting in Miss Lent's office. Any sign of our Lennox? Miss Lent asked severely. Oh, Miss Lent, look, I know what Lennox did was bad. Okay, really, really bad. But if any kid has the right to be upset about what life has handed her. Look, I am not trying to excuse Lennox, I am just saying if I was Lennox, I probably would have done worse by now. In fact, I did. This is pointless without Lennox. Why do we not just reschedule? You think you can manage to find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Oh, tomorrow's city council session is all day. But we take lunch 12 to 1. I do not know when you break. Miss Burke, parenting does not fit into nice little schedule boxes. You know, it might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing, but at the job you are doing. Suddenly, the door swung open. She is doing okay. Lennox stood in the doorway. Hey! She walked in, taking a deep breath. I am sorry I am late, and I am sorry about the other day with the poem, and I am sorry about the stuff that I said. I was mad, and apparently not really at you, but there is no need to blame my aunt. She has been getting enough of that for me. You know, at least she is trying. Miss Lent looked surprised. Okay, whatever. Let us just get to the stink-eating part. Lennox looked at her aunt. The what-eating part? Back at the house, Joe and Ryder were playing basketball. All right, let us see what you got, Joe challenged. Here is a thought, my hip young brother man. Try loosening up your knees a little bit. You are welcome. I heard about all the crap you have been going through. You know, with your wife going broke, losing your car, your condo. I mean, how can you even walk? Ryder asked. Oh, sorry. I did not mean to. No, it is all right. I am aware that my life is an abyss of inky black despair. Thanks for the pep talk. Hey, could you show me how to do that? Only if you taped it. I have no idea. Mel marched out, furious. Oh, I am sorry, Joe stammered. I am sorry. Your aunt. I meant your aunt. Hey, so I ate my whole big bowl of stink. I even went back for seconds. Ugh. I am gonna go brush my teeth now. Hands. It was you. You talked her into going down there. How did you talk her into going down there? People like me. No, really. I paid her $50, Joe confessed. A bribe? That is terrible. Not only is that wrong, that is horrible parenting. Well, I am not a parent, and neither are you, Joe pointed out. Can I have $50? Ryder asked. No, Mel and Joe snapped. Then relax, all right? I wrote Lennox a personal check. Boing. Another very valuable life lesson. So is this how you ran your youth center right out of college? Mel asked. Oh, please, there was no youth center. Can I speak to you in the other room? Mel demanded. Nice knowing you, Ryder called out. Oh, I will be fine, Joe muttered. Inside, Mel rounded on him. You lie, you bribe. Is there anything you will not do? Windows. Look, Burke, I am just trying to help you out here. You know? I mean, I may have played it fast and loose, but Lennox apologized to that lung woman, right? Yes, she did. She also, as it happens, said a few nice things about me. In front of me. It is the first time since she has been here. Frankly, it took my breath away. Oh my God, you did not pay her to do that too, did you? No, she gave me that one free of charge. Although it may be my mere presence in this household that is sort of seamlessly pulling everything together. Oh my God. Let us believe that. Oh, I almost forgot. A Regency nanny has called. They said that Mrs. Dietrich is available and that she will be here 8 in the morning tomorrow morning. Joe's face fell. You did not think I could handle this, did you? To be honest, no. Not until you, pulled all that confidence out of your ass. Joe looked up. So, is this official now? Because, you know, if not, I can just, hop in my house and drive away. Mel smiled. Yeah, let us give it a shot. How bad could you be? You will find out, will you not? Late that night, Mel returned home. The grandfather clock chimed 3 in the morning. Joe was sitting in the armchair. So, how did your date go that lasted till 3 freaking in the morning? Joe asked playfully. Leave me alone, Mom. It is not a school night. And he was captain of the football team. God. Wow, I just realized I have never actually had that conversation with my own mom. I would come in at 3 in the morning, and she would send me back out for gin. So, how did the kids get to bed? Ryder knocked out about 11, and Lennox was, 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning? All right. She just got in bed now when she heard the car pulling, but she is caught up on biology and mathematics, and the 5th season of Lost. Mel smiled, feeling a sense of relief. Army Delivery Council, babe? Joe looked confused. Does it? What is that face? Did you forget something? Suddenly, a massive shadow fell across the window. Hey! A furious voice bellowed. Holy nuts! That guy is huge, Joe observed calmly. Mel! The man outside roared. Mel, this guy. I am not kidding. This guy is huge, Mel. Joe repeated, watching the spectacle from the safety of his chair as Mel prepared to face her chaotic life once again. The television studio lights beat down on the polished wooden podium, casting a warm, golden glow across the room. Melissa stood tall, projecting an air of absolute confidence. She was a public servant by day, fighting for the citizens of her district, and tonight, she was facing a live studio audience. The air in the room was thick with the usual local political tension, the kind that buzzed beneath the surface of every town hall meeting. Rhonda, her close friend and political confidant, watched from the wings with a proud smile. She had always admired Melissa for her dual nature. She often teased Melissa, calling her a public servant by day and a completely different, vibrant woman by night. Melissa would simply laugh and reply that she had to turn on the heat during the day, or nobody would ever get anything done in their sleepy local government. Tonight, the agenda was heavy. Melissa leaned into the microphone, her voice steady and clear. She announced the new council story that was up for debate. From now on, she declared, they were capping elementary school class sizes at 22 students. It was a victory for education, a step forward for the children of the community. But not everyone was pleased. The room erupted into a murmur, and one particularly angry citizen, a man in a rumpled flannel shirt, pushed his way toward the front. He was holding a large, black plastic bag. He shouted that this new policy was absolute garbage. He pointed an accusatory finger at Melissa, yelling that the garbage was literally piling up in front of his restaurant because the city council had cut trash pickups to only once a week. Melissa did not flinch. She maintained her composed posture, a beacon of rational thought amidst the rising storm. She calmly explained that a reduction in trash service was the necessary compromise. It was exactly what paid for the smaller class sizes. She believed that the future of their children was worth a slight inconvenience. Rhonda watched in awe as crazy men with trash bags came at Melissa. Yet Melissa stayed the mature, rational adult. She truly did. She handled the angry garbage guy with grace, silently telling him to back down through her sheer authority. But just as the room began to settle, another voice cut through the crowd. It was a loud, desperate voice belonging to a man who looked like he had not slept in days. His name was Joseph Longo. He barged into the room, his eyes wild and his suit wrinkled. Smell handsome. Griffin looked warily at the man on the porch. Who is this guy? Oh, no guy, the man said quickly, stepping aside. I am a. Mel turned to Griffin, the weight of the evening crushing her resolve. Look, Griffin, I know you have waited a long time for this date, and so have I. Look, great. Look, I have a niece in crisis, and I really want to go on this date. But, I have to spend some time with her, and I so want to be spending time with you. But, man, you smell great. She reached into her purse, pulling out a wad of cash. Look, I am really excited to buy this date. I just cannot go on it, so let me do this. There. That should hold you for a few weeks, maybe more. We just do not know. Griffin stared at the money. Wow, that is a whole bucket of gravy. He turned and walked away. Mel leaned against the doorframe, defeated. Hi, Rhonda, she called into the house. I know I am late. Rhonda poked her head out. Really? That late? Yes, I filled out the paperwork for the nanny agency. It is right here. No kidding. I am late, Rhonda asked, confused. You should have said that before. Oh dear God.
Relax, Mel sighed.
She turned back to the man still standing on her porch. It is a happy visit today. May I? He gestured toward the inside of the house. No, Mel said firmly. So I found the city budget online last night, he continued, unfazed, and I went through it. Here is a thought. The cash in the general fund that is just sitting there, hire me and I will double your rate of return. That way, you will have enough money for smaller class sizes and extra garbage pickups. And pie for everyone. Mel looked at him, bewildered. That sounds like a great plan, and I would sign up immediately if you were not a complete lunatic. Joseph Longo is not a lunatic, he stated. Joe Longo? You are Joe Longo? You ran Lewis's commodities division. You made him millions. Legitimate millions, yeah? Joe corrected her bitterly. Your bastard brother-in-law pissed away. Sorry. Happy visit. Yeah, you went all Bolivia there for a minute, Mel noted. Yeah, so what do you think? Maybe you could get me a job downtown? There is a hiring freeze. I am really sorry you lost your job. Yeah, that is old news, Joe sighed. Yesterday, I lost my condo, and now they are about to repossess my car. Oh, but here is the morning's big headline. The adorable Mrs. Longo has decamped to her mother's house. Mel stopped. The sheer volume of tragedy was staggering. Oh God, I am really going to miss that car, Joe whispered. How can I put this nicely? I have got my own problems, Mel replied. So you are not going to help me? Do you live in my district? Now that I am living in my car, yeah. Mel stared at him. She needed help. He needed a job. Look, I have got meetings, a trash revolt, a kid on the brink, and I am in desperate need of professional help. For the household, not me. You are not going to find anybody this way. This salary sucks, Joe stated. It is a living, Mel countered. It includes meals, which she will be cooking because otherwise people will starve. She? It has to be a woman? Only, vagina Americans need apply. Mel scolded. Personal question, did your hair get sick of you and leave? This is a choice. All right, all right, all right. Joe finally conceded. Look, 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 look. We both know that is a lowball offer, all right? So come on. What is your top number there? That is my top number, Mel said smoothly. All right, you got a deal. I cannot start till Monday. Mel crossed her arms. Who offered you a job? All right, I can start today. Joe pivoted instantly. I am just going to have to, move a few things around. Mostly my car. Tuesday is street cleaning, is it not? Mel sighed. You do know we are talking about a nanny here, right? There are children involved. You ever work with kids? Are you kidding? Right out of college, I ran a youth center downtown. I was in charge of 50 teenagers. Cooked them meals, helped them with their homework. I was Charles Friggin in charge. Mel looked him up and down. Yeah, you are perfect. There is just one little detail. I do not really like you. Before Joe could respond, Ryder burst onto the porch. You know about school bus? Not running today. Jackson Street block because some kind of garbage protest. Mel's eyes widened in horror. Crap, 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 crap. Oh, I mean, golly, tough break. Okay, I will take you. I will just miss my meeting. I mean, it is not like we need the police department. No, Joe Stepedin. You will make your meeting. I will take him. Hey, I am Joe. See that Porsche out there? Yeah, it is mine. For 10 more days. Sweet. I do not know if that is your. Oh, screw it. Buckle up. As they walked toward the car, Ryder looked back at his aunt. Is not that the cute yelling guy from yesterday? Yeah, Mel sighed. He is a homeless commodities trader. He is taking care of the kids. How high do I sound right now? The next morning, Mel was on the phone with the professional nanny agency. Bottom line, she sounds great. The perfect nanny. You were right. I cannot do this alone. What? Commodities trader? Rhonda asked. No, he is just temporary. And he is not cute. No, he is not, Rhonda agreed. He has no hair. Mel turned back to the phone. Okay. Before we pull the nanny trigger, when do I interview this lady? Hello, Joe's deep voice boomed. He walked in carrying a laundry basket. Hold on a sec. Hey, let me ask you something. When is the last time anybody did any laundry in this household? You people live like pigs. He held up a delicate garment. These are my delicates. How did you get my delicates? Were you in my room? Yeah, Joe replied nonchalantly. Mel turned back to the phone. Pull the trigger. Later, Mel returned home to find Joe eating a sandwich. Hey Joe, you were right. I should have that sandwich now, Mel said. She noticed a pair of sneakers protruding from the stairs. All right, get back up there, Joe yelled toward the ceiling. What is he doing home in the middle of the day? His history paper. What? Wow. Mel was furious. All right, pack the veins back in your forehead. I took the kid to school, right? And he tells me he does not have his history paper. So we drive back here to get it, and then he tells me he did not exactly write it. And I said, well, you better exactly write it because it is due today. So he is up there writing it now. And he does not come out until it is done. Huh? Now that is nannying. You brought him home? You do not bring a kid home who has not done his work. You leave him at school to get yelled at, which is what he has got coming. What kind of rules are those? The rules that everybody knows. I am somebody. I never heard of them. Mel decided to pick her battles. Lennox, you ready? It is time to go. Silence answered her. She is not here, Joe stated. Where is she? You were supposed to watch her. You never said that, because it is obvious. The girl got suspended. She is gone. She has ditched the meeting. Joe took a sip of water. You know what? You are right. I just said you were right. That was a compliment. Okay, she has like 3 places she usually goes after school. I will start there. You want me to help you? Mel pleaded. Yes, please do. Nothing. I can work with this kid. Joe left to find her. Joe found Lennox sitting on the roof of an abandoned community center. Wow, Joe called out. Is this where you come for your adolescent brooding? You come up here to turn me in? Lennox asked defensively. It is not really my style, Joe said. What is your style? Outlaw, cast out by the power brokers, forced to live a life in the city. Oh, kind of like Batman if he had been demoted to a nanny, Lennox scoffed. Nice, Joe smiled. Are you not supposed to be at a meeting at your principal's office right now? Why should I? Crap goes on there all the time. Miss Lent fires the music teacher, completely gets rid of the band, and everybody is afraid to talk about it. I am with teenage apathy. Why are angry white guys throwing trash at our front door? Mel pinched the bridge of her nose. There is a political debate in the community in which the majority feels as though. She stopped. The stench was overpowering. This is getting heavy and really smelly. Lennox dropped one last bag onto the pile. I am just going to leave this here for you, Aunt Mel. There are like 10 more on the porch. Mel stepped carefully over the refuse, entering the sanctuary of her home, which lately felt more like a combat zone. Hey, Lennox, she called out, trying to sound cheerful. Lennox, did you see the, dresser I put in your room? Lennox turned, her expression guarded. Yeah, it is really cute, but I am okay. I have got suitcases. Mel felt a sharp pang in her chest. Later, in the kitchen with Rhonda, Mel poured out her frustrations. She thinks living here is temporary? Well, she no longer tells me what she thinks. It used to be, I will sneak out of the house, Aunt Mel. Let us get matching tattoos, Aunt Mel. Now, because I said so, Aunt Mel. I do horrible things, like put furniture in her room. She sighed, her shoulders slumping. Clearly, I am a monster. Rhonda placed a comforting hand on her arm. Of course she is difficult. Do you not remember what you were like at 15? Not very clearly, Mel admitted, a wry smile touching her lips. Did a lot of drinking then. Mel glanced at the clock. It was getting late, and for the first time in what felt like a lifetime, she had plans that did not involve council agendas or teenage angst. I am going out tonight, she announced, a spark of excitement returning to her eyes. So Rhonda is staying with you guys if you need anything. Ryder, her teenage nephew, wandered into the kitchen, tossing a basketball from hand to hand. Coach says you need a better jump shot, Rhonda told him, eyeing the ball. Ryder looked skeptical. You got one of those? Rhonda stood up, her posture exuding confidence. Yes, we Asian women are all about the hoops. She pointed a finger at him. So if you have got any homework, do it. And beyond that, just, be good and do not torch the place. Ryder finished, a mischievous glint in his eye. Mel shuddered at the memory. Yes. Rhonda looked at Mel, bewildered. It was one little single alarm fire, Mel explained defensively. At his old house, the week his dad ran off. He was angry. He just stacked 20 of his dad's suits on the driveway, added some top-shelf cognac, and lit them up. In a way, Rhonda mused thoughtfully, we all need to let things out every now and then. No, we do not, Mel snapped, her anxiety flaring. The urge to set things on fire we repress. Upstairs in her bedroom, Mel stood before her full-length mirror, holding two completely different outfits against her body. Thanks for babysitting, Mel called out to Rhonda. I have not had a date since the kids moved in. It has been so long. I am actually nervous. Mel held up a sophisticated, tailored dress. All right, what do you think? These say smart, independent, bright political future. She then held up a slightly more daring, form-fitting outfit. These say former bad girl. She is back. Rhonda squinted. What, are you going hiking? Those. She pointed to the second outfit. That is yours. Before Mel could celebrate her sartorial victory, her phone rang. Melbourne, Mel answered using her professional tone. Rhonda Chong? Yes, hello? She listened, her face falling. Channel school principal. Rhonda sat up, sensing the shift in the atmosphere. She did what? Mel gasped, her voice rising in pitch. What did she do? When? Where? Really? Today? She paced the floor, her glamorous evening dissolving before her eyes. Lennox did that. Liz, I find that hard to believe. There was a long pause. No, she did not tell me. It is not at all typical. Of course I believe you. I know when something is serious. It is really serious. I am really sorry that this happened. Mel took a deep breath, her eyes closed. I will talk to Mel. I will talk to her. But I am telling you, this could not have happened. She hung up the phone, looking at Rhonda with a mixture of horror and exhaustion. Guess what? Mel said, her voice hollow. Today at school, Lennox handed out flyers containing an original poem, rhyming her principal's name in a creative way that did not go over well with Miss Lent. Rhonda winced. Not to send up a flare, but there is a possibility Channel 5 has a story. Are you sure? Mel asked, desperate for a different reality. Pretty sure, Rhonda replied gently. I was just on the air, denying it. Mel sank onto the edge of her bed. 2 months living with me and she gets suspended. Legal guardian of the year. Thank you. I keep telling you, Rhonda said softly. Hire somebody, an organizer, a professional. Those kids need structure and discipline and possibly electroshock therapy. And you, my dear, cannot do everything. Mel shook her head, a stubborn fire returning to her eyes. Well, maybe not everything, but I can certainly do this. It is just a matter of going up there and setting that girl straight. She stood up, smoothing her pants. I have not moved yet, have I? Why is my sister not here to discipline her own daughter? Because she is locked up in federal prison. Mel marched down the hallway and pushed open Lennox's bedroom door. The room was dimly lit, the walls bare except for a single photograph. "Remember you and me at the Fall Out Boy concert?" Mel asked, picking up the framed picture. "I just found this old picture." Lennox looked up, unimpressed. "Oh, you mean the one that was hanging very obviously in the hallway outside the door?" "Not obviously," Mel countered. Affectionately. "That was some night." "Huh? Fall Out Boy. Woo-hoo." Lennox sighed. "Where are we going with this?" "I was just remembering the good times, you know?" Mel said, sitting on the edge of the bed. "When we shared, told each other things, important things, that happened. Today." Lennox crossed her arms. "Oh, come on. You did not think I got suspended with something you might share." "Okay, I will share this." Lennox relented, her eyes flashing with defiance. "Miss Lent is a fascist." "Why could you not have called her that?" Mel groaned. "Instead of, you know." "Well, I never got in trouble at my old school," Lennox stated. "That is because your parents bought the indoor pool," Mel reminded her sharply. Lennox rolled her eyes. "It did not even have a spa. Like, what is up with that? Whatever." Mel stood up. "Look, Miss Lent is expecting an apology. You and I have an appointment down in her office at 3 o'clock tomorrow." "Great," Lennox sneered. "You let me know how that goes." "Lennox, until you talk to her, you cannot go back to school." "Oh, well, guess I am not going back to school." Mel planted her hands on her hips. "Of course you are. This is your education. Nothing is more important." Suddenly, the doorbell chimed downstairs. "Oh, that is my date," Mel said, pointing a stern finger at her niece. "Oh, I have more to say. You just stay right there." "I will. Stay." Lennox groaned in disgust. "Oh, gross." "I was expecting my date," Mel muttered to herself as she hurried down the stairs. She swung the front door open, an apology ready on her lips. "I will be quick. I was a jackass down at City Hall." Her voice trailed off. It was not her date. It was the man from the city council meeting. "I never should have crashed your meeting asking where your brother-in-law was," he began, his voice low and gravelly. "That was wrong. And I just wanted to come here and say that I am sorry." Mel stared at him, taken aback. Before she could respond, he suddenly shouted, "Bolivia! Louis is in Bolivia, is he not?" Mel flinched violently. "You just flinched," he pointed out. "I flinched because you shouted Bolivia," Mel retorted, her heart pounding. "Okay, people in Bolivia flinched. Look, I do not know where the hell he is. Now get lost and leave me alone." She moved to slam the door, but just then, a tall, impeccably dressed man walked up the path. It was Griffin, her actual date. "Hi, Griffin," Mel breathed, a wave of relief washing over her. "Hey, do you not look nice and It is the first time since she has been here. Frankly, it took my breath away." She narrowed her eyes suspiciously. "Oh my goodness, you did not pay her to do that, too, did you?" "No." Joe smiled softly. "She gave me that one free of charge. Although it may be my mere presence in this household that is sort of seamlessly pulling everything together." "Oh my goodness, let us believe that," Melissa scoffed, though she could not deny the truth in his words. "Oh, I almost forgot," Joe added. "A Regency nanny called. They said that Mrs. Dietrich is available and that she will be here at 8 in the morning tomorrow. You did not think I could handle this, did you?" "To be honest, no," Melissa confessed. "Not until you pulled all that confidence out of thin air. So, is this official now? Because, if not, I can just hop in my house and drive away." Melissa looked at him, recognizing the vulnerability hiding beneath his sarcastic exterior. "Yeah. Let us give it a shot. How bad could you be? You will find out, will you not?" Joe grinned. The next morning, the sun streamed through the kitchen windows, illuminating a remarkably peaceful scene. Joe was cooking breakfast, flipping pancakes with practiced ease. Lennox sat at the table sipping orange juice. So, how did your date go that lasted until 3 in the morning? She asked as Melissa stumbled into the kitchen, looking exhausted but happy. Leave me alone, Mom, Melissa groaned playfully. It is not a school night, and he was captain of the football team. Goodness. She paused, a look of realization dawning on her face. Wow, I just realized I have never actually had that conversation with my own mom. I would come in at 3 in the morning, and she would send me back out for gin. She turned to Joe, amazed by the calm atmosphere. So, how did the kids get to bed? Ryder knocked out about 11, Joe reported, and Lennox was around 1:30. 1:30? Melissa exclaimed, turning to Lennox. All right, she just got in bed now when she heard the car pulling in, Joe admitted with a laugh. But she is caught up on biology and math, and the 5th season of a television show. Just then, a loud, heavy knock rattled the front door. Army Delivery Council, babe, Joe shouted triumphantly. Does it? Melissa asked, confused. What is that face? Did you forget something? Hey, Joe yelled out the window. Holy nuts, that guy is huge. Mel, this guy. I am not kidding, this guy is huge, Mel. Melissa rushed to the window, seeing a massive man standing next to Joe and his precious sports car, holding a clipboard. The repo man had arrived, and the serene morning was officially over. But as Melissa looked at Joe, scrambling toward the door to defend his beloved vehicle, and then back at Lennox and Ryder, who were quietly eating their breakfast, she felt a strange sense of comfort. Her perfectly ordered political life had been completely upended, replaced by this chaotic, unconventional, and wonderfully loud family. It was messy, it was loud, and it was undeniably imperfect. But as she watched Joe argue passionately with the giant man on her lawn, she knew one thing for certain. They were going to be just fine. The fluorescent lights of the Toledo City Council chamber buzzed overhead, casting a sterile, unrelenting glow on the irritated faces of the townspeople gathered for the open forum. Melanie Burke, known to her constituents simply as Mel, adjusted the collar of her sharp, tailored blazer. The fabric, a subtle navy blue that spoke of authority and approachability, felt heavier than usual today. She sat behind the polished mahogany desk, a room that usually smelled of lemon pledge and civic duty, but today smelled distinctly of frustration and uncollected refuse. Rhonda, Mel's closest confidant and sharpest political ally, leaned over from the adjacent chair. Rhonda possessed a twinkle in her eye that defied the heavy tension in the room. Melissa and Joey is recorded in front of a live studio audience, Rhonda whispered playfully, setting the scene in her own mind. She looked Mel up and down with an approving smile. Look at you, public servant by day, hottie by night. Mel allowed a small, tired smile to grace her lips, keeping her eyes fixed on the angry crowd gathering at the microphone. Well, she whispered back, I have to turn on the heat during the day or nobody gets anything done. Mel cleared her throat, adjusting the microphone in front of her. She needed to project absolute confidence. Our next council story is up. From now on, we are capping elementary school class size at 22 students. The announcement, intended to be a victory for local education, was met with an immediate, hostile interruption. A burly man, wearing a flannel shirt and a scowl that could curdle milk, stomped up to the podium, pointing an accusatory finger at the council. This is garbage, he bellowed, his voice echoing off the high ceilings, which is piling up in front of my restaurant because you cut pickups to once a week. Mel maintained her composure, a practiced mask of political grace. Well, sir, she began, her tone even and respectful. A reduction in trash service is what pays for the smaller class sizes. Before the restaurant owner could launch another verbal assault, the heavy oak doors at the back of the chamber swung open. A man strode down the center aisle. He possessed a rugged, weary handsomeness, dressed in a suit that looked expensive but slightly rumpled, as if he had slept in it. His eyes were dark, intense, and fixed squarely on the angry constituent. Crazy guys with trash bags coming at you and you stay the mature, rational adult. Rhonda muttered under her breath, impressed by Mel's stoicism. Yes, I did, Mel replied softly, feeling a sudden, inexplicable knot in her stomach as she watched the stranger approach. Suck it, garbage guy, Rhonda added, a fierce whisper of solidarity. The new arrival stopped just behind the restaurant owner. Oh, and then this dude, Rhonda noted, raising an eyebrow. The man tapped the restaurant owner on the shoulder. Hey, he said, his voice carrying a raspy edge of exhaustion and suppressed rage. Do not be that guy. The restaurant owner spun around, startled. Do not be that guy that brings your garbage into a public arena and acts like a crazy person, the man continued, his gaze piercing and authoritative. Act like a gentleman. Thank you. The room fell into a stunned silence. For a brief second, Mel felt a surge of gratitude toward the stranger. Then, he turned his intense stare directly to her. Now, he demanded, his voice echoing in the quiet room. Where the hell is the money your brother-in-law stole from me? Mel felt the blood drain from her face. The ghost of her family's disgrace had followed her into the chamber. What? She stammered, trying to regain her footing. My sister? Okay, but that is not me. She stood up, addressing the entire room, trying to defuse the ticking bomb. Let me ask the room, does anybody here have a relative they are not exactly proud of? It is not just me. Rhonda leaned in. At least he was cute, she whispered, trying to lighten the crushing awkwardness of the public confrontation. Yeah, I do not see it, Mel muttered back, sinking into her chair, realizing this day was far from over. Later, Mel and Rhonda walked down the quiet corridors of City Hall after the meeting had finally adjourned. The echoes of their footsteps mirrored Mel's frazzled state of mind. You held your own up there, Rhonda said reassuringly, her heels clicking rhythmically against the linoleum. You remind me of your father, the esteemed senator. Mel sighed, running a hand through her perfectly styled hair. Oh my God, did I smell like strippers? She asked, half joking, half terrified, referencing one of her father's more colorful historical scandals. No, Rhonda laughed softly. You smelled like authority. Mel smiled, a genuine, albeit weary, expression. Oh, well, that is my fragrance. Yeah, I have to say, in all humility, I was, yes, smoking. Up high, down low, Rhonda said, raising her hand. They shared a quick, familiar high five. Okay, plus, your brother-in-law's various felonies totally shifted the focus of the meeting. I think you put the whole trash issue to bed, Rhonda added encouragingly. But the trash issue was far from asleep. As Mel pulled her car into the driveway of her beautiful suburban home, her heart sank. Her niece, Lennox, a 15-year-old girl with a sharp mind and an even sharper attitude, was standing on the front porch. She was surrounded by a fortress of black, foul-smelling plastic bags. Aunt Mel, Lennox called out, her tone dripping, children involved. You ever work with kids? Are you kidding? Joe laughed boldly. Right out of college, I ran a youth center downtown. I was in charge of 50 teenagers. Cooked them meals, helped them with their homework. I was totally in charge. Yeah, you are perfect, Melissa said sarcastically. There is just one little detail. I do not really like you. Just then, Ryder ran downstairs, panic in his eyes. You know about the school bus? Not running today. Jackson Street is blocked because of some kind of garbage protest. Crap, 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 Melissa chanted, looking at her watch. Oh, I mean, golly, tough break. Okay, I will take you. No, Joe interrupted, grabbing his keys. You will make your meeting. I will take him. Hey, hi, I am Joe. He gestured toward the driveway. See that expensive sports car out there? Yeah, it is mine. For 10 more days. Sweet, Ryder said, his eyes lighting up. I do not know if that is a good idea, Melissa started, but then threw her hands up. Oh, forget it. Buckle up. As they walked out, Ryder whispered to Melissa, is not that the cute yelling guy from yesterday? Yeah, Melissa whispered back. He is a homeless commodities trader. He is taking care of the kids. How ridiculous do I sound right now? Rhonda looked out the window as Joe drove away with Ryder. What, a commodities trader? No, he is just temporary, Melissa assured her. And he is not cute. No, he is not, Rhonda agreed. He has no hair. Okay, before we make this official, when do I interview this lady? Hello. Hold on a second. Later that afternoon, Joe was wandering through the house, trying to make sense of the domestic disaster. He found a pile of laundry and shook his head. Hey, let me ask you something, he said as Melissa walked in. When is the last time anybody did any laundry in this household? Just then, Ryder walked down the stairs, looking defeated. Hey Joe, you were right. I should have that sandwich now. Hey Mel, Joe called out. All right, get back up there, he ordered Ryder. Melissa looked confused. What is he doing home in the middle of the day? Melissa was appalled. You brought him home? You do not bring a kid home who has not done his work. You leave him at school to get yelled at, which is what he has got coming. What kind of rules are those? Joe asked, genuinely baffled. The rules that everybody knows, Melissa insisted. I am somebody. I never heard of them. She turned her attention to the clock. Lennox, you ready? It is time to go to the principal. She marched into the living room, but it was empty. She is not here. Where is she? You were supposed to watch her. You never said that, Joe defended himself. Because it is obvious, Melissa yelled. The girl got suspended. She is gone. She has ditched the meeting. You know what? You are right, Joe admitted quietly. I just said you were right. That was a compliment. Okay, Melissa sighed, rubbing her temples. She has like 3 places she usually goes after school. I will just start there. You want me to help you? Joe asked. Yes, please do, Melissa replied gratefully. Nothing. I can work with this kid. Wow. Joe found Lennox sitting on the slanted roof outside her bedroom window, staring out at the neighborhood. Is this where you come for your adolescent brooding? He asked, climbing out carefully to sit beside her. You come up here to turn me in? Lennox asked, not looking at him. It is not really my style, Joe replied. What is your style? Outlaw. Cast out by the power brokers. Forced to live a life in the city. Lennox smirked slightly. Oh, kind of like a superhero if he had been demoted to a nanny. Nice. Joe chuckled. Are you not supposed to be at a meeting at your principal and her office right now? Why should I? Lennox countered angrily. Crap goes on there all the time. Miss Lent fires the music teacher, completely gets rid of the band, and everybody is afraid to talk about it. I am tired of life being unfair. How about for once it just be fair? Joe looked at her, his expression softening. I would be upset too, if my mom and dad bailed on me. You are talking about Miss Lent. Lennox glared at him. You say so. You do not know anything about me. You are right, I do not, Joe agreed gently. But what I really do not know about you is why you are taking this all out on your aunt. Because she is the only person who has not bailed on you. Look, I know she can get a little crazy at times. All times, Lennox corrected. But since we are talking about fair, Joe continued, do you really think it is fair that she has to go down to your school all alone and eat your big bowl of trouble for something that she did not do? Lennox looked confused. Big bowl of trouble? What is that? You will know when you have eaten one, Joe said knowingly. Meanwhile, Melissa was sitting alone in Miss Lent and her office, feeling incredibly small. Any sign of our Lennox? The principal asked sternly. Oh, Miss Lent, look, I know what Lennox did was bad. Melissa began, pleading her case. Okay, really, really bad. But if any kid has the right to be upset about what life has handed her. Look, I am not trying to excuse Lennox, I am just saying, if I was Lennox, I probably would have done worse by now. In fact, I did. Miss Lent sighed, adjusting her glasses. This is pointless without Lennox. Why do we not just reschedule? You think you can manage to find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon? Oh, tomorrow the city council session is all day, Melissa stammered. But we take lunch from 12 to 1. I do not know when you break. Mrs. Burke, parenting does not fit into nice little schedule boxes, the principal lectured. You know, it might be helpful to look not just at what Lennox is doing, but at the job you are doing. She is doing okay. The door opened, and Lennox walked in, looking contrite. Joe stood quietly behind her. Hey, I am sorry I am late, Lennox said, looking directly at the principal. And I am sorry about the other day with the poem. And I am sorry about the stuff that I said. I was mad, and apparently not really at you. But there is no need to blame my aunt. She has been getting enough of that for me. You know, at least she is trying. Okay, whatever. Let us just get to the trouble eating part. The what eating part? Miss Lent asked, bewildered. Later that evening, the atmosphere in the house felt remarkably lighter. Joe and Ryder were in the living room, throwing a basketball back and forth. All right, let us see what you got, Joe encouraged. Ryder took a shot, and it bounced awkwardly off the wall. Here is a thought, my hip young brother man, Joe said, demonstrating a smooth shooting motion. Try loosening up your knees a little bit. You are welcome. Melissa walked in, a grateful smile on her face. I heard about all the crap you have been going through, Ryder said to Joe. You know, with your wife going broke, losing your car, your condo. I mean, how can you even walk? Oh, sorry. I did not mean to bring it up. No, it is all right, Joe said smoothly. I am aware that my life is an abyss of inky black despair. Thanks for the pep talk. Ryder tried another shot, perfectly mimicking Joe and his form. Hey, could you show me how to do that? Only if you taped it, Joe laughed. I have no idea. Melissa approached them. Oh, I am sorry. I meant your aunt, Ryder corrected himself, pointing at Melissa. Hey, Melissa said to Joe. So I ate my whole big bowl of trouble. I even went back for seconds. I am gonna go brush my teeth now. Hands, she said, offering a high five which Joe returned. It was you, Melissa realized, looking at Joe with newfound respect. You talked her into going down there. How did you talk her into going down there? People like me, Joe said simply. No, really, Melissa pressed. Joe sighed, a sheepish grin spreading across his face. I paid her $50. A bribe? Melissa gasped, her admiration evaporating. That is terrible. Not only is that wrong, that is horrible parenting. Well, I am not a parent, and neither are you, Joe pointed out logically. Can I have $50? Ryder asked eagerly. No, Joe and Melissa said simultaneously. Then relax, all right? Joe told Melissa. I wrote Lennox a personal check. Boing. Another very valuable life lesson, Melissa said, rolling her eyes. So is this how you ran your youth center right out of college? Oh please, Joe scoffed. There was no youth center. Melissa stared at him, appalled. Can I speak to you in the other room? Nice knowing you, Ryder whispered to Joe as they walked away. Oh, I will be fine. In the hallway, Melissa turned on him. You lie, you bribe. Is there anything you will not do? Windows, Joe replied without missing a beat. Look, Burke, I am just trying to help you out here. You know? I mean, I may have played it fast and loose, but Lennox apologized to that principal woman, right? Yes, Melissa admitted reluctantly. Yes, she did. She also, as it happens, said a few nice things about me. In front of me, ruling day at City Hall, to find Joe already managing the chaotic breakfast rush. So, exactly how did the kids safely get to bed last night? Melissa asked, pouring herself a fresh cup of dark roast coffee. Joe flipped a perfectly cooked omelet onto a plate. Well, Ryder completely knocked out and went to sleep at about 11 o'clock, and Lennox was, safely in bed by 1:30. 1:30 in the morning? Melissa shrieked, nearly spilling her hot coffee. All right, fine, Joe confessed instantly, raising his hands in surrender. She just literally got into her bed right now when she loudly heard your car pulling into the driveway. But, on the incredibly bright side, she is completely caught up on her required biology and advanced math homework. Joe smiled proudly. And she also successfully finished watching the entire 5th season of the television show Lost. Melissa groaned, rubbing her temples. Before she could launch into a lecture about appropriate sleeping schedules, a massive, thunderous pounding echoed from the front door. Army Delivery Council, babe? A deep, incredibly loud voice boomed from the front porch. the sheer volume rattling the glass in the windows. Does it? Joe asked, utterly confused by the strange shout. He looked at Melissa, who had suddenly frozen in pure terror. What exactly is that terrified face for? Did you accidentally forget to do something important? The massive pounding resumed, shaking the entire wooden frame of the house. Hey! The deep voice roared from outside. Melissa cautiously peeked through the front window blinds, her face instantly draining of all remaining color. Holy nuts! Melissa whispered, her voice trembling with absolute shock. That guy out there is completely huge. She turned back to Joe, her eyes wide with panic. Joe, this guy. I am absolutely not kidding you right now, Joe. This guy standing on the porch is absolutely, terrifyingly huge. Joe grabbed a heavy, solid cast iron frying pan from the kitchen stove, his protective instincts instantly flaring as he stepped bravely toward the front door, ready to face whatever new, massive chaos the day was about to violently throw at their newly formed, deeply imperfect, but fiercely united family. The bright, artificial lights of the city council chambers beat down on Melissa Burke, casting a warm glow over her tailored suit. She stood at the heavy wooden podium, looking out over a sea of restless faces. Being a local politician was never an easy task, but she had always prided herself on her ability to maintain composure under pressure. From the back of the room, her close friend and colleague, Rhonda, caught her eye and gave a subtle, encouraging nod. Rhonda always knew what to say to lift her spirits. Look at you, public servant by day, hottie by night, Rhonda had whispered just before Melissa took the stage. Melissa had only smiled, replying that she had to turn on the heat during the day or nobody would get anything done. The agenda for the evening was contentious. Melissa cleared her throat and leaned into the microphone. She announced that the council story was up, and from now on, they were capping elementary school class size at 22 students. A murmur of approval rippled through a section of the audience, but it was quickly drowned out by a loud, angry voice. A man in the second row stood up, his face red with frustration. He shouted that this was garbage, which was literally piling up in front of his restaurant because the city had cut pickups to once a week. Melissa kept her voice steady and her expression empathetic. She explained patiently that a reduction in trash service was exactly what paid for the smaller class sizes. She had braced herself for this backlash. Crazy guys with trash bags coming at her were just part of the job description, and she was determined to stay the mature, rational adult. Yes, she certainly did. Suck it, garbage guy, she thought to herself, though her face remained a mask of professional courtesy. But the disruption was far from over. Suddenly, another man pushed his way down the aisle. He was tall, wearing a slightly rumpled suit that suggested he had seen better days. His eyes were wide with a frantic, desperate energy. He pointed a finger directly at Melissa. "Hey, do not be that guy," a security guard warned him, stepping forward. "Do not be that guy that brings your garbage into a public arena and acts like a crazy person. Act like a gentleman. Thank you." The man ignored the guard entirely. He planted his feet firmly and demanded to know where the money his brother-in-law had stolen from him was. Melissa felt a sharp sting of embarrassment and frustration. She knew exactly who he was talking about. "What, my sister?" she replied, keeping her tone even. "Okay, but that is not me." She looked out at the audience, deciding to address the elephant in the room with a touch of humor. "Let me ask the room, does anybody here have a relative they are not exactly proud of?" A few hands raised cautiously, and soft chuckles broke the tension. "It is not just me," Melissa concluded. Later that evening, back in the sanctuary of her own home, Melissa kicked off her heels and let out a long sigh. Rhonda was there, pouring a glass of water. "At least he was cute," Rhonda remarked, referring to the frantic man at the meeting. Melissa shook her head, running a hand through her hair. "Yeah, I do not see it. You held your own up there," Rhonda reassured her. "You remind me of your father, the esteemed senator." Melissa laughed, leaning against the kitchen counter. "Oh my goodness! Did I smell like strippers?" No, Rhonda replied with a warm smile. You smelled like authority. Oh, well, that is my fragrance, Melissa joked, finally feeling the tension of the day melt away. Yeah, I have to say, in all humility, I was smoking. They shared a triumphant high five, bringing their hands up high and then down low. Plus, Rhonda pointed out, your brother-in-law and his various felonies totally shifted the focus of the meeting. I think you put the whole trash issue to bed. Their moment of celebration was interrupted by the sound of the front door opening. Lennox, Melissa's teenage niece, walked in with a heavy expression on her face. Aunt Mel, why are angry white guys throwing trash at our front door? She asked, dropping her backpack on the floor. Melissa sighed, the reality of her new life crashing back down on her. There is a political debate in the community in which the majority feels as though this is getting heavy. Melissa started to explain, but Lennox cut her off, wrinkling her nose. And really smelly. I am just going to leave this here for you. Aunt Mel, there are like 10 more on the porch. Lennox turned to walk up the stairs. Hey, Lennox, Melissa called out, hoping to bridge the growing gap between them. Did you see the dresser I put in your room? Lennox paused, her posture rigid. Yeah, it is really cute, but I am okay. I have got suitcases. Melissa exchanged a helpless look with Rhonda. She thinks living here is temporary? Melissa whispered, her heart aching for the girl. Well, she no longer tells me what she thinks. I used to be the cool aunt. I used to hear things like, I will sneak out of the house, Aunt Mel, or let us get matching tattoos, Aunt Mel. Now, it is just rebellion because I said so, Aunt Mel. I do horrible things like put furniture in her room. Clearly, I am a monster. Rhonda placed a comforting hand on Melissa's shoulder. Of course, she is difficult. Do you not remember what you were like at 15? Melissa offered a dry chuckle. Not very clearly. I did a lot of drinking then. She shook off the melancholy, remembering her plans for the evening. I am going out tonight, so Rhonda is staying with you guys if you need anything. Just then, Ryder, Melissa's young nephew, bounced into the room, holding a basketball. Rhonda smiled at him. Coach says you need a better jump shot. You got one of those? Ryder nodded enthusiastically. Yes, we Asian women are all about the hoops, Rhonda teased playfully. So if you have got any homework, do it. And beyond that, just be good and do not torch the place. Melissa winced slightly at the reference. Yes, it was one little single alarm fire, she muttered defensively. At his old house, the week his dad ran off. He was angry, he just stacked 20 of his dad and his suits on the driveway, added some top-shelf cognac and lit them up. Rhonda nodded understandingly. In a way, we all need to let things out every now and then. No, we do not, Melissa countered firmly. The urge to set things on fire we repress. She turned to Rhonda, her expression softening. Thanks for babysitting. I have not had a date since the kids moved in. It has been so long. I am actually nervous. Melissa held up 2 different outfits she had draped over the sofa. All right, what do you think? These say smart, independent, bright political future. These say former bad girl. She is back. What, are you going hiking? Rhonda asked, pointing to a pair of shoes. Those. Heard all about all the terrible crap that you have been going through lately. Ryder leaned against the counter, his teenage awkwardness momentarily forgotten. You know, with your missing wife, going completely broke, tragically losing your fancy car, and losing your expensive condo. I mean, honestly, how can you even manage to walk around every day with all that? Joe stopped chopping, looking at the boy with a mixture of surprise and amusement. Oh, sorry. Ryder quickly backpedaled, his face flushing red. I really did not mean to. No. Joe laughed, a deep, rumbling sound that filled the warm kitchen. It is totally all right. I am fully aware that my current life is an endless, terrifying abyss of deep, inky black despair. Thanks so much for the uplifting, motivational pep talk, kid. Joe picked up an empty plastic bowl and effortlessly spun it on his index finger like a professional basketball player. Ryder's eyes widened in sheer amazement. Hey, Ryder asked, a genuine smile breaking across his face. Could you somehow show me exactly how to do that cool trick? Only if you completely taped my fingers together first, Joe joked, tossing the bowl into the sink. I have absolutely no idea how I just did that. Melissa walked into the kitchen, a tired but victorious smile on her face. She looked at Joe, feeling a sudden rush of genuine gratitude. Oh, I am deeply sorry. I am sorry about everything earlier. I am sorry, Joe echoed, wiping his large hands on a clean dish towel. I am sorry too. Your aunt? Joe stumbled over his words slightly, gesturing toward Melissa as Ryder left the room to go practice his newly learned basketball stance in the driveway. I meant to talk to your aunt. Melissa walked over, leaning gratefully against the cool granite counter. Hey, so, I just wanted to tell you that I successfully ate my entire, massive big bowl of terrible stink down at that school today. I even bravely went back for second helpings of it. Joe chuckled, leaning in close. Ugh. I am definitely going to go upstairs and rigorously brush my teeth right now. Melissa reached out, gently placing her hands on his broad shoulders. Hands down, Joe. It was completely you. You were the one who magically talked her into going down there and facing the music. How exactly did you manage to talk her into going down there when I completely failed? Joe puffed out his chest, a cocky, arrogant grin spreading across his face. It is simple. People genuinely like me. Melissa raised a single, highly skeptical eyebrow. No, really. Tell me the absolute truth. Joe's grin faltered slightly, and he looked around the kitchen to ensure they were entirely alone before leaning in to whisper the dark secret. I completely paid her $50 in cash. Melissa gasped, her eyes widening in pure horror. A literal financial bribe? That is absolutely terrible. She playfully smacked his arm. Not only is that ethically and morally wrong, that is absolutely horrible, destructive parenting. Joe shrugged his massive shoulders unrepentantly. Well, I am definitely not a real parent, and clearly neither are you right now. Can I borrow $50 to cover the expense? Absolutely no. Melissa refused immediately, though she was laughing. Then just relax, all right? Joe advised, leaning back against the refrigerator. I wrote the girl a personal signed check. Melissa groaned, burying her face in her hands. Boing, and the check is definitely going to bounce. That is just another incredibly very valuable life lesson for her to learn the hard way. Joe laughed, a booming, genuine sound. So, tell me the truth. Is this exactly how you successfully ran your fictional youth center right out of college? Oh, please, Joe scoffed, rolling his eyes dramatically. There was absolutely no youth center. I completely made that up. Melissa stared at him, torn between utter outrage and profound amusement. Can I please speak to you privately in the other room for a moment? It was very nice knowing you, Joe muttered to himself, fully expecting to be fired on the spot. Melissa led him into the quiet living room, her expression serious but her eyes dancing with secret mirth. Oh, I will be completely fine. But you openly lie, you financially bribe children. Is there absolutely anything in this world that you will not stoop to do? I do not clean the exterior windows, Joe replied instantly, his face deadpan. Look, Burke, I am just honestly trying to help you out around here. You know? I mean, I fully admit that I may have played it a little fast and loose with the rules, but the end result is that Lennox formally and sincerely apologized to that severe lung woman. Right? Yes, Melissa admitted, a soft, genuine smile touching her lips. Yes, she certainly did. She also, as it incredibly happens, said a few genuinely nice things about me. Right in front of me, no less. Melissa looked down, clearly moved by the memory. It is the very first time since she has been living here that she has said anything positive. Frankly, it completely took my breath away. She looked back up at Joe, a sudden, paranoid suspicion crossing her mind. Oh my God. You did not secretly pay her extra money to say those nice things about me too, did you? No, Joe swore, holding a hand over his heart. She absolutely gave me that emotional moment completely free of any financial charge. although it may just simply be my sheer, magnificent presence in this chaotic household that is sort of seamlessly, magically pulling everything back together. Oh my God! Melissa laughed, shaking her head at his sheer arrogance. Let us just blindly believe that massive lie for now. Oh, I almost completely forgot to tell you. She walked over to the entryway table, picking up a crisp, official-looking piece of paper. A very prestigious Regency agency nanny called the house earlier. They officially said that a Mrs. Dietrich is completely available and that she will be arriving right here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Joe's face fell slightly, the cocky bravado melting away to reveal a sudden, stark vulnerability. You really did not think I could actually handle this massive job, did you? To be completely, brutally honest, no, Melissa admitted gently. Not until you, miraculously pulled all of that sheer confidence and parenting skill right out of your ass today. Joe swallowed hard, looking around the comfortable, messy living room that he was already starting to fiercely care about. So, is this termination official right now? Because, if it is not, I can just, hop right back into my mobile house parked in your driveway and simply drive away into the night. Melissa looked at the agency paperwork in her hand, then looked back at the large, bald, deeply flawed, but strangely perfect man standing in her living room. She slowly, deliberately ripped the expensive agency contract exactly in half, letting the pieces flutter harmlessly to the floor. Yeah, Melissa smiled warmly. Let us formally give this crazy arrangement a real shot. Honestly, how absolutely bad could you possibly be? Joe grinned, his confidence instantly roaring back to life. You will definitely find out soon enough, won't you? Later that night, the house was finally peaceful. Melissa was sitting at the kitchen table, nursing a cup of herbal tea, when the front door slowly creaked open. Her niece, Lennox, slipped inside, trying to be completely silent. Melissa checked the digital clock on the microwave. So, exactly how did your secret date go that magically lasted until 3 freaking o'clock in the morning? Lennox jumped, startled by the voice in the dark kitchen. Leave me alone, Mom, she muttered automatically, before catching her mistake. I mean, Aunt Melissa, it is not even a required school night. And besides, he was the official captain of the varsity football team. God. Lennox stomped up the stairs, leaving Melissa sitting alone in the quiet kitchen. Melissa took a slow sip of her hot tea, a strange, profound realization washing over her. Wow, Melissa whispered to the empty room, a soft, amazed laugh escaping her lips. I just profoundly realized that I have never actually had that specific, cliché parental conversation with my own biological mother. When I was young, I would come staggering in the front door at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she would simply send me right back out into the night to buy her more gin. She felt a sudden, deep sense of accomplishment. She was actually doing it. She was breaking the cycle. She was building a real family. The next morning, the bright sunshine poured through the kitchen windows. Melissa walked downstairs, dressed for another grueling, eyes blazing with fury. Where exactly is she? You were strictly supposed to watch her and make sure she stayed in the house. You never explicitly said that, Joe defended himself, holding up his hands in innocence. Because it is blindingly obvious to any rational adult, Melissa shouted, throwing her hands in the air. The girl recently got formally suspended from school. Now she is completely gone. She has deliberately ditched the important disciplinary meeting with the principal. Joe watched her panic, his calm demeanor unwavering. You know what? You are completely right. Melissa blinked, caught off guard by the sudden agreement. I just said you were right. That was intended as a compliment. Okay, Melissa breathed, trying to gather her scattered thoughts. She has like 3 specific local places where she usually goes to hang out after school. I will physically start driving around there. She grabbed her car keys, looking back at Joe. Do you want to actually help me look for her? Yes. Please do let me help, Joe said, standing up and grabbing his worn leather jacket. There is absolutely nothing I cannot handle. I can definitely work with this difficult kid. Joe drove his Porsche slowly through the leafy, suburban streets, his sharp eyes scanning the parks and coffee shops. He eventually found Lennox sitting alone on a wooden bench overlooking a small, decorative duck pond. She was huddled inside her oversized sweater, staring blankly out at the rippling water. Joe parked the expensive car and walked over, his heavy footsteps crunching loudly on the gravel path. "Wow," Joe announced his arrival, sliding onto the opposite end of the cold wooden bench. "Is this the specific, tragic location where you usually come for your intense adolescent brooding?" Lennox did not look at him. "Did you come all the way up here just to turn me in to the authorities?" "That is not really my personal style," Joe replied, leaning back and resting his arms on the back of the bench. Lennox finally turned her head, fixing him with a cynical, piercing glare. "What exactly is your personal style?" Joe offered a small, self-depreciating smirk. "I am an outlaw, completely cast out by the wealthy power brokers of society, forced to live a tragic, wandering life deep in the harsh city." Lennox let out a sharp, genuine laugh. "Oh, kind of like the superhero Batman, if he had tragically been demoted to working as a suburban nanny." "Nice one," Joe chuckled, appreciating the sharp wit. "Very nice. But tell me, aren't you strictly supposed to be sitting at an important disciplinary meeting at your middle school principal's administrative office right about now?" Lennox turned back to the water, her expression hardening. "Why should I even go? Unfair crap goes on down there absolutely all the time. Miss Lent mercilessly fires the beloved music teacher, completely gets rid of the entire school marching band, and absolutely everybody is too afraid to even talk about it or protest. I am just so tired of life constantly being completely unfair." Joe's voice softened, losing the sarcastic edge. "How about for once, things just be fair? I would be incredibly upset, too, if my own mother and father completely bailed on me and left me behind." Lennox stiffened, her defenses instantly rising. "You are talking about Miss Lent and the school." "If you insist on saying so," Joe replied gently. "You do not know absolutely anything about me or my life," Lennox snapped, blinking back sudden, hot tears. "You are completely right. I do not know," Joe agreed, his voice steady and calm. "But what I really do not know about you is exactly why you are taking all of this massive anger and pain out on your poor aunt." Lennox looked down at her hands, her lower lip trembling slightly. "Because she is the only adult person left who hasn't totally bailed on you." "Look," Joe continued, sensing the breakthrough, "I fully know that she can get a little bit skitsy and frantic at certain times." "At all times," Lennox corrected, a tiny, watery smile breaking through the gloom. "But," Joe pressed on, his tone becoming serious, "since we are actively talking about what is fair and unfair in this world, do you really, truly think it is fair that she has to go down to your middle school all completely alone and eat your massive, terrible big bowl of stink for something that she absolutely did not even do?" Lennox wrinkled her nose, utterly confused by the strange metaphor. "A big bowl of stink? What in the world is that supposed to mean?" Joe grinned, standing up from the bench. "You will definitely know exactly what it means when you have had to eat one. Come on, let us go." Back at the middle school, Melissa was sitting alone in a small, uncomfortable plastic chair outside the principal's office. She checked her watch for the 10th time, her stomach churning with anxiety. The heavy oak door swung open, and Miss Lent, a severe-looking woman with tight, graying hair, stepped out into the waiting area. "Is there any sign at all of our missing student Lennox, Mrs. Burke?" Melissa stood up, clasping her hands together nervously. "Oh, Miss Lent, look, I fully know and understand that what Lennox did today was wrong. Okay, it was really, really bad. But if any young kid in this entire district has the fundamental right to be deeply upset about what tragic circumstances life has handed her." Melissa took a deep breath, trying to find the right, diplomatic words. "Look, I am absolutely not trying to excuse Lennox's poor behavior. I am simply saying if I was standing in Lennox's shoes right now, I probably would have done something significantly worse by now. In fact, when I was her age, I actually did. Miss Lent crossed her arms, her expression utterly unyielding. This entire disciplinary meeting is completely pointless without Lennox physically present. Why do we not just reschedule this for another time? Do you think you can somehow manage to actually find her by, say, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock? The principal asked, her tone dripping with condescension. Melissa pulled out her phone, looking at her packed digital calendar. Oh, tomorrow is the major city council session. It runs all day long. But we generally take our lunch break from 12 to 1 in the afternoon. I do not exactly know when your office takes a break. Miss Lent sighed, a sound that conveyed utter exhaustion and profound judgment. Mrs. Burke, effective, responsible parenting absolutely does not fit neatly into nice, little convenient schedule boxes. You know, it might be highly helpful for us to look not just at what the student Lennox is doing wrong, but to take a very close look at the poor job that you are currently doing as a guardian. Melissa opened her mouth to argue, a hot flash of defensive anger burning in her chest. But before she could speak, the heavy glass doors at the end of the long hallway swung open. Joe strode confidently down the corridor, and walking right beside him, looking contrite and subdued, was Lennox. She is doing completely okay as a guardian, Lennox stated clearly, her voice echoing slightly in the empty hallway. She walked right up to the stunned principal. Hey, I am truly sorry that I am late for the meeting. Lennox took a deep breath, squaring her shoulders. And I am deeply sorry about the incident the other day with the printed poem. And I am also sorry about all the disrespectful stuff that I said out loud. I was just really mad. And apparently I was not really mad at you at all. She turned slightly, looking directly at Melissa, her eyes soft and sincere. But there is absolutely no need to unjustly blame my aunt for any of this. She has been getting more than enough of that terrible blame for me lately. You know, at least she is genuinely trying her absolute best. Miss Lent looked taken aback, her severe expression softening just a fraction. Okay, whatever your personal reasons, the apology is noted and formally accepted. Lennox turned back to Joe, offering a tiny, secret smirk. Let us just get straight to the terrible stink-eating part of this meeting. The what eating part? Miss Lent asked, utterly confused by the terminology. All right. Joe clapped his hands together, smoothly taking control of the awkward situation. Let us step inside the office and see exactly what kind of disciplinary options you have got for us. Later that evening, the heavy tension in the house had finally broken, replaced by a comfortable, chaotic sort of domestic peace. In the kitchen, Joe was expertly tossing a large, fresh salad while Ryder watched him intently. Here is a helpful thought, my hip young brother man, Joe advised, demonstrating the proper technique for chopping fresh vegetables. Try loosening up your stiff knees just a little bit when you shoot the basketball. You will get much better arc on the shot. Ryder nodded, absorbing the unexpected sports wisdom. Thanks. You are welcome. I heard, his eyes burning with intense hope. That is my absolute top number, Melissa countered firmly, shaving a little off the top out of pure habit. All right, you have got a deal, you have to deal with it. Joe agreed quickly, extending his hand. I unfortunately cannot officially start until Monday morning. Who precisely offered you a job? Melissa asked, her eyes narrowing suspiciously. All right, I can start today. Right now, Joe amended rapidly, desperate not to lose the opportunity. I am just going to have to, move a few personal things around. Mostly moving my car so it doesn't get towed. Tuesday is the municipal street cleaning day, is it not? Melissa crossed her arms, staring him down with pure, unadulterated skepticism. You do fully know and understand that we are talking about a professional nanny position here, right? There are fragile, impressionable children actively involved in this scenario. Joe scoffed, waving his hand dismissively. Have I ever worked with kids? Are you absolutely kidding me? Right out of my university college years, I single-handedly ran an entire youth community center located downtown. I was personally in charge of managing 50 unpredictable teenagers. I cooked them nutritious meals. I patiently helped them with their complex homework. I was practically Charles, absolutely in charge. Melissa studied his face, looking for any sign of deception. He looked desperate, but he also looked strangely confident. Yeah, you sound completely perfect, Melissa decided, a slow, wicked smile spreading across her face. There is just one little minor, tiny detail. What is that? Joe asked, leaning in. I do not really like you, Melissa stated bluntly. The next morning dawned bright and chaotic. Melissa was rushing around the kitchen, her heels clicking rapidly against the tile floor, trying to assemble a coherent outfit and a halfway decent cup of coffee. Joe stood by the counter, wearing an apron over his button-down shirt, looking surprisingly at home among the gleaming stainless steel appliances. You know about the municipal school bus route? Joe asked calmly, flipping a perfectly golden pancake in a hot skillet. It is absolutely not running today. Melissa stopped dead in her tracks, her coffee cup hovering halfway to her mouth. What? The Jackson Street block is completely shut down because of some kind of organized garbage protest, Joe explained, sliding the pancake onto a warm ceramic plate. Crap, 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 Melissa chanted, slamming the cup down onto the granite counter. She realized Ryder was standing right there, his eyes wide. She quickly forced a bright, sickeningly sweet smile. Oh, I mean, golly gee, what an incredibly tough break. Okay, Ryder, grab your heavy backpack. I will drive you to school. She looked at her wristwatch, panic rising in her chest. I will just have to completely miss my crucial morning meeting. I mean, it is not like the city really needs the police department budget approved today. No, 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 Joe interrupted smoothly, untying his apron and tossing it onto the counter. You go and make your important meeting. I will safely take him to school. Ryder looked up at the large, bald man, slightly intimidated. Hey! Hi, Joe replied, his voice firm but surprisingly gentle. I am Joe, your new nanny. Do you see that sleek, silver Porsche parked out there in the driveway? Ryder looked out the window, his eyes lighting up. Yeah, it is awesome. It is mine, Joe said proudly. For exactly 10 more days before the bank takes it. Sweet ride, right? Let us go. Ryder turned to Melissa, utterly bewildered. I do not know if that is your. Oh, screw it, Melissa sighed, waving them out the door. Just buckle up your seatbelt, Ryder. Make sure you buckle up. As they walked out to the car, Ryder looked up at Joe. Hey, aren't you that incredibly cute, loud, yelling guy from the television news yesterday? Yeah, Melissa muttered to herself as she gathered her extensive political briefing files. He is a formerly homeless commodities trader who lost everything. And now he is actively taking care of my traumatized kids. How incredibly high do I sound right now just saying that sentence out loud? She grabbed her phone and dialed Rhonda's number, speaking rapidly as she walked out the back door. Bottom line, Rhonda, the woman from the agency sounds completely great. She sounds like the absolute perfect nanny. You were completely right. I simply cannot do this massive job entirely alone. What, the bald commodities trader? No, he is just a very temporary solution. A stopgap measure. And he is not cute, Melissa added defensively, pausing by her own car. No, he is not. He has absolutely no hair on his head. Later that afternoon, Melissa returned home, her head pounding from the endless budget debates. The house was surprisingly quiet. She walked into the kitchen, expecting to see Joe managing the chaos. Instead, Joe was sitting comfortably at the kitchen island, calmly eating a large, meticulously crafted turkey sandwich. Okay, before we officially pull the expensive nanny trigger, Melissa began, dropping her heavy leather briefcase onto a chair. When exactly do I formally interview this new lady? Hello, Joe answered, holding up a single finger as he chewed a large bite. Hold on a single second. He swallowed, washing it down with a glass of cold water. Hey, let me ask you a serious question. When is the very last time that absolutely anybody did any actual laundry inside this household? You people live like filthy, unorganized pigs. He reached behind the counter and pulled out a delicate, lacy garment. Melissa's eyes widened in sheer horror. These are my extremely personal delicates, Melissa gasped, lunging forward to snatch the fabric from his large hands. How did you possibly get my personal delicates? Were you digging around inside my private bedroom? Yeah, Joe answered unapologetically, taking another massive bite of his sandwich. Pull the trigger on that agency nanny. Melissa glared at him, clutching the delicate fabric to her chest. Hey, Joe, you were completely right earlier. I definitely should have eaten that delicious-looking sandwich right now instead of fighting with the council. Before the argument could escalate, heavy, stomping footsteps echoed on the hardwood stairs. Ryder marched down, his face a mask of furious adolescent rage. He glared at Joe, the veins on his forehead bulging dangerously. Hey, Melissa. Joe greeted her casually, completely ignoring the angry teenager. He pointed a stern finger at Ryder. All right, you turn right around and get straight back up those stairs to your room. What is he doing home in the absolute middle of the academic day? He is currently writing his important history paper, Joe explained calmly, wiping a dab of mayonnaise from the corner of his mouth. Melissa stared at Joe, utterly bewildered. What? Wow. All right, Ryder, try to pack those throbbing veins back inside your forehead before they explode. What is going on here? Joe leaned back in his chair, adopting a professorial tone. I safely drove the kid to his school, right? And as he is getting out of the car, he casually tells me that he absolutely does not have his required history paper. So we immediately drive back here to the house to get it. And then, he slowly tells me that he did not exactly write the required paper. And I looked him right in the eye and said, well, you had better exactly write it right now because it is strictly due today. So, he is currently trapped up there in his bedroom writing it right now. Joe pointed toward the ceiling. And he absolutely does not come out of that room until the work is completely done. Huh? Now, I believe that is some high-quality, professional nannying right there. Melissa's jaw dropped. She stepped forward, her political indignation flaring. You actually brought him home from school? You absolutely do not bring a truant kid home who hasn't done his required academic work. You leave him there at the school property to get loudly yelled at by the teachers, which is exactly the punishment that he has got coming to him. Joe scoffed, shaking his head. What kind of backwards, illogical rules are those? Those are the universal rules that absolutely everybody in modern society knows, Melissa argued, her voice rising in frustration. I am a prominent somebody in this town. I have never heard of your crazy rules. Suddenly remembering her other massive crisis, Melissa looked around the empty living room. Lennox, are you ready? It is time to go down to the school. Silence answered her. She is not here, Melissa realized, panic creeping into her voice. She turned on Joe, her basic human empathy. Before she could respond, a sudden thought struck her. Bolivia, she shouted abruptly, testing his reaction. The man flinched violently, his shoulders jumping toward his ears. Louis is currently hiding in the country of Bolivia, is he not? Melissa accused, pointing a perfectly manicured finger at his chest. You just flinched. I only flinched because you suddenly shouted the word Bolivia directly in my face. He defended himself, rubbing the back of his neck. Okay, people actually living in Bolivia probably flinched from that shout. Look, I do not know where the hell he is hiding. Now, please get lost and leave me alone. Before Melissa could slam the door in his face, a sleek, expensive-looking sedan pulled up into the driveway. A tall, incredibly handsome man stepped out, holding a delicate bouquet of fresh flowers. He walked up the stone path, his smile dazzling under the porch light. Hi, Griffin, Melissa greeted him, her voice melting into a soft, romantic purr. Hey, Griffin replied, his eyes sweeping over her appreciatively. Do you not look incredibly nice? And you smell very handsome. He glanced awkwardly at the disheveled man still standing on the porch. Who is this guy? Oh, no guy. Melissa waved her hand dismissively. I am a... Look, Griffin, I know that you have waited a very long time for this special date, and honestly, so have I. I mean, just look at us. Great, Griffin smiled, stepping closer. Look, Melissa sighed, the crushing weight of her reality suddenly crashing down upon her shoulders. I have a teenage niece currently locked in a massive emotional crisis upstairs, and I really, truly want to go on this romantic date with you. But, I absolutely have to stay here and spend some quality time with her. And I so desperately want to be spending my time with you. But, man, you really do smell genuinely great. Griffin's smile faltered slightly, but he tried to remain understanding. Look, I am really excited to buy this date. I just cannot go on it, Melissa confessed, her heart sinking. She turned around, grabbing a large, covered container from the entryway table, a remnant of a previous neighborhood potluck. She shoved it into Griffin's hands. So let me do this. There. Griffin looked down at the heavy plastic container, utterly perplexed. That should hold you over for a few solid weeks, maybe even more. We just do not know. Wow, Griffin muttered, opening the lid slightly. That is a whole massive bucket of brown gravy. I am so sorry, Melissa whispered, gently pushing him back toward his car. I will call you. As Griffin drove away, leaving behind the lingering scent of expensive cologne and disappointment, Melissa turned back to the disheveled man still loitering on her porch. Rhonda walked out of the house, slinging her gym bag over her shoulder. Hi, Rhonda, Melissa sighed, feeling thoroughly defeated. I know I am late. Really? Rhonda asked, raising an eyebrow. Are you really that late? Yes, Melissa confessed, running a hand through her carefully styled hair. I just filled out the extensive paperwork for the professional nanny agency. It is sitting right here. No kidding, Rhonda said, pretending to be shocked. I am late? You probably should have said that a long time before. She patted Melissa on the shoulder and walked toward her own vehicle. Oh dear God, just relax. You will figure this out. Melissa turned back to the man, finally ready to deal with him. It is a surprisingly happy visit today, he said, attempting a charming smile. May I come in? He asked, gesturing toward the warm interior of the house. No, Melissa replied firmly, blocking the doorway. So, he began, pulling a crumpled piece of paper from his jacket pocket. I actually found the official city budget published online last night, and I went thoroughly through it. Here is a brilliant thought. The surplus cash sitting in the general municipal fund that is just sitting there doing absolutely nothing? You hire me, and I will mathematically double your current rate of return. That way, you will have more than enough money for the smaller elementary class sizes and the extra garbage pickups. He smiled broadly, clearly immensely proud of his financial wizardry. And there will be enough left over for delicious pie for absolutely everyone. Melissa stared at him, genuinely impressed despite her extreme annoyance. That sounds like a genuinely great financial plan, she admitted, her tone dripping with heavy sarcasm. And I would sign up for it immediately if you were not a complete, raving lunatic. The man drew himself up, offended. Joseph Longo is not a complete lunatic. Melissa gasped, her eyes widening in sudden realization. Joe Longo? You are Joe Longo? You are the man who ran Lewis's massive commodities trading division. You made him millions of dollars. Legitimate millions, yes? Joe confirmed, his chest puffing out slightly with professional pride. Money that your bastard brother-in-law completely pissed away. Melissa winced. Sorry. Happy visit, Joe reminded her, forcing a tight smile. Yeah, you went all angry Bolivia there for a minute, Melissa noted, watching his facial expression carefully. Yeah, Joe sighed, the fight draining out of him. So what do you honestly think? Maybe you could use your political influence and get me a decent job working downtown. Melissa shook her head slowly. There is a strict, mandatory hiring freeze currently in effect. I am really, truly sorry that you lost your lucrative job. Yeah, well, that is old news, Joe said, leaning against the wooden porch railing. Yesterday, the bank formally took possession and I lost my luxury condo. Yeah, well, I really need to. And right now, at this exact moment, they are about to legally repossess my expensive car. He gestured wildly toward the street. Oh, but here is the morning's really big, exciting headline. The absolutely adorable Mrs. Longo has officially decamped and moved back to her mother's house. Melissa felt a sudden, sharp pang of genuine sympathy. Oh God, I am really, truly sorry. I am really going to miss that beautiful car, Joe muttered, staring out into the dark street. Melissa took a deep breath, trying to harden her heart. She was a politician, not a charity worker, and her own house was currently on fire. How can I put this nicely? I have got my own massive, insurmountable problems right now. Joe looked at her, his expression turning desperate. So, you are genuinely not going to help me at all? Do you even currently live in my voting district? Melissa asked, crossing her arms. Well, now that I am officially living inside my car, yes, technically I do, Joe replied, a sad, self-deprecating chuckle escaping his lips. Melissa rubbed her temples, feeling a massive headache coming on. Look, I have got endless political meetings, a literal trash revolt happening on my lawn, a teenage kid teetering on the absolute brink of disaster, and I am in desperate, immediate need of professional household help. For the management of the household, not for my own mental state, although that is debatable. Joe's eyes suddenly lit up with a brilliant, desperate idea. You are not going to easily find anybody this way. This proposed salary on the paperwork absolutely sucks. Barely enough for a living. It officially includes 3 daily meals, Melissa argued defensively, which she will be expertly cooking because otherwise, the people living in this house will completely starve to death. She? Joe asked, raising his eyebrows in challenge. It absolutely has to be a woman? Only female citizens need apply for this position? Personal question. Did your magnificent hair suddenly get utterly sick of you and decide to leave your head? This, Joe said, pointing proudly to his smooth, bald head, is a deliberate stylistic choice. Melissa stared at him, the sheer absurdity of the situation finally breaking through her stress. She needed a nanny, a tough, uncompromising person who could handle a pyromaniac nephew and an angry, rebellious niece. And right in front of her was a cutthroat, ruthless Wall Street commodities trader who had absolutely nothing left to lose. All right, all right, all right, Melissa relented, holding up her hands in surrender. Look, look, look. We both clearly know that the salary is a very lowball offer, all right? So, come on, use your negotiating skills. What is your absolute top number there? Joe named a reasonable figure, driveway, added a generous pour of some top-shelf expensive cognac, and simply lit them all on fire. Rhonda raised an eyebrow, clearly impressed and slightly terrified. In a way, I suppose we all need to let our negative things out every now and then. No, we do not, Melissa insisted, her eyes wide with panic. The primitive urge to set things on fire is something that we as a civilized society absolutely repress. Thank you so much for babysitting tonight. I honestly have not had a single romantic date since these kids moved into my house. It has been so incredibly long. I am actually feeling nervous. Melissa hurried up the stairs to her bedroom, pulling 2 different outfits from her extensive closet. She held them up for Rhonda to judge. All right, what do you genuinely think? Melissa asked, her eyes darting between the garments. These tailored slacks and silk blouse say smart, independent, and possessing a bright, promising political future. This little black dress says former bad girl who still knows how to have a great time. She is finally back. Rhonda pointed firmly at the more conservative outfit. What, are you going hiking in the woods? Wear those. That conservative one is definitely yours. Just as Melissa was finally starting to feel prepared for the evening, the sharp, shrill ring of the home telephone shattered the quiet atmosphere. Melissa picked up the receiver, her polite, political smile already forming on her face. The Melissa Burke residence, she answered cheerfully. Rhonda Chong? Yes. Hello? Oh, the Channel Middle School principal. Yes. How can I help you? Melissa's smile vanished instantly, replaced by a look of sheer, unadulterated horror. She did what? Melissa gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. Melissa listened to the principal's stern, reprimanding voice on the other end of the line. She paced back and forth across the hardwood floor, her mind spinning with disbelief. Listen, Mrs. Principal, I find that incredibly hard to believe. No, she did not tell me anything about this. It is not at all typical behavior for her. Of course I believe you. I am an elected official. I know when something is a serious matter. Yes, it is really, really serious. I am genuinely, deeply sorry that this unfortunate incident happened. I will absolutely talk to Melissa, but I am telling you, this simply could not have happened. She hung up the phone, the color draining entirely from her face. She turned to Rhonda, her voice trembling with a mixture of anger and despair. Guess what? Melissa announced, throwing her hands up in the air. Today at the middle school, my sweet, quiet niece Lennox handed out printed flyers containing an entirely original poem. A poem that cleverly rhymed her principal's last name in a highly creative, yet incredibly vulgar way that did not go over very well with Miss Lent. Rhonda winced sympathetically. I am pretty sure, Melissa groaned, collapsing onto the sofa and burying her face in her hands. I was literally just on the television airwaves, completely live, denying that my family is a chaotic mess. Rhonda sat beside her, offering a gentle but firm perspective. I keep telling you, Melissa, you need to hire somebody, an organizer, a professional household manager, a nanny. Those kids desperately need daily structure, strict discipline, and possibly some mild electroshock therapy. And you, my dear, hardworking friend, simply cannot do absolutely everything by yourself. Melissa lifted her head, a spark of stubborn defiance returning to her eyes. Well, maybe I cannot do everything in the world, but I can certainly do this one thing. It is just a simple matter of going up those stairs, walking into her room, and setting that little girl completely straight. She marched toward the stairs, taking the first step with heavy determination. She paused, looking back at Rhonda. I have not actually moved yet, have I? Why isn't my own sister here to discipline her own biological daughter? Because, Rhonda reminded her gently, your sister is currently locked up in a maximum security federal prison facility. Taking a deep breath, Melissa climbed the stairs and pushed open the door to Lennox's bedroom. The room was dimly lit, the suitcases still piled in the corner, unopened. Lennox was lying on the bed, staring blankly at the ceiling. Melissa walked over to the desk, noticing a framed photograph resting face down. She picked it up. It was a picture of the two of them from several years ago, smiling wildly in a crowded stadium. Do you remember you and me at the Fall Out Boy rock concert? Melissa asked, trying to soften her voice, attempting to build a bridge before delivering the discipline. I just found this old picture sitting here. Lennox did not even blink. Oh, you mean the picture that was hanging very obviously in the main hallway right outside my bedroom door? Not obviously, Melissa corrected quickly, trying to maintain her cool. I hung it there affectionately. That was quite some night. Huh? The band Fall Out Boy. Woo-hoo. She attempted a small, awkward cheer. Lennox finally sat up, crossing her arms defensively over her chest. Where exactly are we going with this, Aunt Melissa? I was just remembering the good old times, Melissa explained, sitting on the edge of the mattress. You know, when we actually shared things with each other, when we told each other important things, things that might have happened. Like, for instance, today. Lennox rolled her eyes, letting out a heavy, dramatic sigh. Oh, come on. You really did not think that I got formally suspended from the school system with something that I might actually want to share with you. Okay, Melissa pushed, trying to remain patient. I will share this with you. Miss Lent called me. Miss Lent is an absolute fascist, Lennox declared passionately, her voice rising with adolescent rebellion. Well, why could you not have just called her that? Melissa pleaded, rubbing her temples. Instead of writing a poem about, you know what? Well, I never got in any kind of trouble at my old private school. That is only because your extremely wealthy parents bought the school an entire indoor swimming pool, Melissa reminded her sharply. Lennox scoffed. It did not even have a heated spa section. Like, what is up with that? Whatever. Melissa stood up, realizing that the gentle approach was failing completely. It was time to lay down the absolute law. Look, Miss Lent is expecting a formal, sincere apology. You and I have a mandatory appointment down in her main administrative office at exactly 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Great, Lennox snapped back, burying her face in her pillows. You just let me know exactly how that goes. Lennox, Melissa warned, her voice taking on the sharp edge of the politician she was. Until you go down there and talk to her, you are absolutely not allowed to go back to school. Oh, well, Lennox mumbled into the fabric. I guess I am simply not going back to school ever again. Of course you are going back, Melissa insisted, her frustration boiling over. This is your formal education we are talking about. Absolutely nothing in this world is more important. Just then, the sharp chime of the front doorbell echoed up the staircase. Melissa froze, remembering her evening plans. Oh, that is my romantic date, Melissa said, her voice instantly dropping an octave in an attempt to sound calm and collected. Oh, I definitely have a lot more to say to you about this situation. You just stay right there. I will. Stay. Melissa rushed down the wooden stairs, her heart pounding with a mixture of anxiety and excitement. She paused at the bottom, smoothing her hair and adjusting her dress. She took a deep breath, pasting on her most radiant, charming smile, and pulled open the heavy front door. Oh, gross, Melissa blurted out, her smile collapsing instantly. Standing on her front porch was not the handsome, sophisticated gentleman she had been eagerly expecting. Instead, it was the frantic, disheveled man from the city council meeting, the one who had screamed at her about her brother-in-law. He looked tired, his clothes slightly rumpled, and he carried a nervous energy that vibrated through the crisp evening air. I was expecting my date, Melissa stated flatly, crossing her arms over her chest. The man shifted his weight awkwardly, looking down at his worn leather shoes. I will be quick. I was an absolute jackass down at the city hall today. I never should have crashed your important political meeting asking where your fugitive brother-in-law was. That was completely wrong of me, and I just wanted to come here personally and say that I am deeply sorry. Melissa studied him for a moment, her political instincts warring with her. The bright, colorful glare of the evening television broadcast illuminated the cozy, elegantly decorated living room, casting shifting shadows against the painted walls. The local news was playing, bringing with it the familiar, polished voice of the evening anchor. A friend sat on the plush, cream-colored sofa, watching the screen with a mixture of amusement and genuine admiration. On the television, Melissa Burke stood confidently at the polished wooden podium of the city hall, a true vision of composure, authority, and undeniable style. Look at you, her friend murmured, a teasing smile playing on her lips as she took a sip of her sparkling water. You are a dedicated public servant by day and an absolute hottie by night. Melissa, standing nearby and adjusting the collar of her sharp, tailored blazer, let out a soft, melodic laugh. She looked at her own image on the screen, feeling a fleeting sense of pride. Well, Melissa replied, her voice carrying a blend of exhaustion and determination. I have to turn on the heat during the day, or absolutely nobody will get anything done around that place. On the television screen, the news segment transitioned to the highlight of the afternoon session. Oh, the city council story is up, Melissa noted, stepping closer to the screen. The camera zoomed in on her face as she addressed the crowded, restless room. From now on, the televised Melissa declared, her voice echoing through the chamber with unwavering resolve, we are officially capping elementary school class sizes at a strict limit of 22 students. It was a noble cause, a hard-fought victory for the children of the district, but not everyone in the town was pleased with the financial sacrifices required to make it happen. The camera abruptly cut to a large, imposing man standing in the audience. His face was red with fury, and in his large hands, he gripped a heavy, foul-smelling black plastic garbage bag. This is garbage, the angry man bellowed into a microphone, his voice dripping with venom, which is exactly what is piling up in front of my restaurant because you people decided to cut the trash pickups down to only once a week. Melissa watched the screen, remembering the sheer wave of hostility that had washed over her at that exact moment. Well, her televised self responded smoothly, not missing a single beat. A reduction in the municipal trash service is exactly what pays for the smaller class sizes for our children. Her friend on the sofa shook her head in sheer disbelief. Crazy guys with giant trash bags are coming right at you, screaming in your face, and you manage to stay the mature, rational adult in the room. I do not know how you do it. Yes, I did stay rational, Melissa agreed, a triumphant smirk crossing her features. She recalled the immense satisfaction of standing her ground. I essentially told him to suck it, garbage guy, but with professional grace, of course. The news footage then shifted to another disruption in the back of the hall. Another man had stood up, his face etched with a desperate, frantic energy. Melissa grimaced at the memory. Oh, and then there was this dude, she whispered, bracing herself for the embarrassment that was about to replay on local television. On screen, Melissa was trying to maintain order. But the desperate man was not there to complain about the municipal sanitation schedule. He pushed his way toward the center aisle, his eyes wide and accusatory. Now, he shouted, his voice cracking with raw emotion. Where the hell is the money that your brother-in-law stole from me? A collective gasp echoed from the television, matching the sudden, heavy silence that fell over Melissa's living room. On the screen, Melissa had visibly flinched, caught completely off guard. What, my sister? She had stammered, trying to deflect the sudden personal attack. Okay, yes, she is my family, but that is not me. The friend on the sofa sighed softly, offering a sympathetic smile. At least he was cute, she offered, trying to lighten the heavy mood. Melissa rolled her eyes, shaking her head. Yeah, I really do not see it, but you held your own up there. You really remind me of your father, the esteemed state senator. Melissa sniffed the sleeve of her blazer, a sudden paranoid thought crossing her mind. Oh my goodness, did I smell like strippers when I was up there? She asked, her eyes widening in horror at the thought of her political image being tarnished by the sheer stress sweat of the day. No, her friend reassured her, laughing brightly. You smelled like pure authority. Melissa relaxed, a confident smile returning to her face. Oh, well, that is my signature fragrance. And I have to say, in all absolute humility, I was, yes, smoking hot up there. She raised her hand for a celebratory high five. Up high, down low. Okay. She completed the gesture with a satisfying clap. Plus, my brother-in-law and his various financial felonies totally shifted the focus of the meeting away from the sanitation budget. I think you could safely say that you put the whole trash issue to bed. The moment of political triumph was abruptly shattered by the sound of the heavy wooden front door opening. Ryder, Melissa's teenage nephew, trudged into the house. His shoulders slumped under the weight of his backpack, and his face wore an expression of sheer bewilderment. Aunt Melissa, Ryder began, his voice cracking slightly as he dropped his bag onto the hardwood floor. Why are angry white guys throwing actual trash at our front door? Melissa rushed to the window, peering through the pristine glass panes. Sure enough, the disgruntled citizens had taken their protest directly to her residential doorstep. There is a complex political debate currently happening in the community, Melissa explained carefully, trying to shield the young boy from the harsh reality of public backlash, in which the majority of the town feels as though. Ryder pinched his nose, waving his hand in front of his face. This is getting really heavy, and it is really smelly. I am just going to leave this particular bag here for you, Aunt Melissa, Ryder said, gesturing to a small, slightly leaky bag he had apparently intercepted on his way inside. There are like 10 more of them sitting right on the front porch. Melissa sighed, pinching the bridge of her nose. Before she could figure out a plan for the garbage, her niece, Lennox, drifted down the wooden staircase. Lennox moved with the slow, deliberate apathy that only a displaced teenager could truly master. Hey, Lennox, Melissa called out, hoping to inject some forced cheerfulness into her voice. Lennox, did you happen to see the new wooden dresser that I put in your room? Lennox paused at the bottom of the stairs, her expression carefully blank. Yeah, it is really cute, but I am okay. I have got my suitcases. Melissa watched her niece walk toward the kitchen, feeling a familiar pang of frustration and heartbreak. She turned to her friend, whispering fiercely. She thinks living here is temporary? Well, she no longer tells me what she thinks. When I was her age, I used to say things like, I will sneak out of the house, Aunt Melissa, or let us get matching tattoos, Aunt Melissa, or even, no, because I said so, Aunt Melissa. I do horrible, oppressive things like put actual permanent furniture in her bedroom. Clearly, I am an absolute monster. Her friend offered a comforting pat on the shoulder. Of course she is being difficult. Her entire life just fell apart. Do you not remember what you were like at the age of 15? Not very clearly, Melissa admitted, staring blankly ahead. I did a whole lot of reckless drinking back then. Trying to push the domestic stress aside, Melissa clapped her hands together. Anyway, I am going out tonight, so Rhonda is going to be staying here with you guys if you happen to need absolutely anything. Rhonda, a tall, athletic woman with a warm, no-nonsense demeanor, stepped into the hallway. She looked over at Ryder, sizing him up with a playful grin. The basketball coach says you need a significantly better jump shot. You got one of those outdoor hoops. Ryder looked a bit intimidated but nodded slowly. Yes, Rhonda declared with mock intensity. We women of Asian descent are all about the basketball hoops. So here is the deal. If you have got any school homework, you need to do it right now. And beyond that, just, be good and please do not torch the place, Ryder offered, a sheepish, guilty look flashing across his youthful face. Melissa froze, shooting a panicked glance at Rhonda. Yes, it was just one little minor single alarm fire. She pulled Rhonda aside, lowering her voice to a desperate whisper. At his old house, the very week his dad ran off to avoid the federal authorities. He was just so angry. He just went into the closet, stacked 20 of his dad's expensive designer suits right on the concrete